should've been next to you. And my motions are perpetual. The 38 special, I turn your brains into vegetable. Headshots, only death for you. Sheesh, sheesh. Weight pusher, hump points, great hookers. Hard puncher, hot bars, great hookers. I tuck on the beat, great looker, straight cooker. Where you from? Brownsville, New York, nigga.
My older bitch look like she young, thick something. While I smoke a spliff, she sips something. No kids or nothing, she's funny and dick loving. Her name meant something, used to sell bricks to her husband, but fuck it. Walked by the police, had to tug it, young and bucking. Time to get out, the bell wouldn't buzz in. 22 little rusted, but still be busting, screaming and cussing. All you see was niggas leaning and ducking. What the fuck do we have here?
Yikes. It's Curry Low, and we back, nigga.
My young boy, 30s
boy, and we strapped, nigga.
What's crack? Let's go. Yeah, I ain't ready for this one. Hey, yo, Tuck. Fuck K.O. Tashi.
Yo, man, work time.
Lost the nation.
Listen, it's the C to the R-I, leave a nigga R-I. P, so I'm a G, so when I creep, nigga, on I. The hottest shit that y'all niggas seen since the sonar. A once in every 10-year average, just like the solar. Eclipse your boy, Loki, focus on the next flip. And niggas wonder how I get bread. Take your pick, whether it's fucking with the bricks, so I'm switching up shifts. The way I switch up my bitch, that's how I switch up my kicks. But you can catch me in the Ville, nigga, putting in work, dipping from the D's. Niggas on my back like a shirt. A hot boy in the shit, but my name ain't Twerk. But you can catch me in New Jersey Dubs, selling that twerk for sure. It's a no swag rap era. We should take it back, no snapback era. Do-rag, fitted cap, backpack era. No mumble rap or this fake trap rap era. Listen, this a no swag rap era. We should take it back, no snapback era. Do-rag, fitted cap, backpack era. No mumble rap or this fake trap rap ever. Yo,
hey yo, in the booth, right to the pin break, squeeze the 40, shoot to the pin break, lyrical exercise, rappers better get in shape, schooling you rappers for what my pen state, never been to war, you wasn't Call of Duty, only time you play with guns is playing Call of Duty, I'm the shit, you shit, they used to call you duty, you remind me of a Kim K pick, you all booty, roll a doobie, smoke so much weed, man, the weed man, call me the weed man, dispensaries for my weed plant, my independent ladies say they don't need a man, just a real nigga with a good sex game, long dick style, run down on you niggas like Tyrone, long clip style, pow, they done started with the wrong nigga now, choir singing when the casket lowered down.
This a no swag rap era. We should take it back, no snapback era. Do-rag, fitted cap, backpack era. No mumble rap or this fake trap rap era. Listen, this a no swag rap era. We should take it back, no snapback era. Do-rag, fitted cap, backpack era. No mumble rap or this fake trap rap ever. Yo, that's your shit, Lil. It's my fault.
Yo, y'all still tuned in there? Yes, sir. This is your boy Harlem Smiley, man, and you are tuned in to the one, the only Dirt Gang TV. Salute to the Wrench Gang members out there, man. Yeah, shit getting spicy with this fucking with this Pop Smoke case, man. I'm not even gonna lie. They out here self-snitching on themselves, not even realizing that niggas done got caught by the goddamn jailhouse informant. Why? How you get wiretapped while you in jail? Crazy. But it don't matter what you smoking on, man, whether you smoking on an indica, a sativa, a hybrid, that Reggie Miller, the Reggie Bush, the Reginald Jennings, the helping the visions we like to call over here, where they give you more sticks and seeds than they give you weed. Well, run that shit back down to your nearest weed man and tell him, man, he better keep that shit. It don't matter whether you smoked it out of a Dutch, a backwood, a Philly, a whiteout, the Fonto, with the raw paper, of course, or the Bob Marley paper. But if you had to grapple, keep that shit to yourself, man. It's time for y'all to sync up, man. Grab y'all Patron, grab y'all Dutches, grab y'all Douce, y'all Hennessy, whatever it is, man. It's time for y'all to sync up, man. Light us up.
Dirt Gang Productions. Yo, Harlem Smiley, it's about that time. We want to see a movie. Work time.
As y'all can tell, I synced up already. Time for y'all to sync up, man. Yo, y'all still tuned in it? This is your boy Harlem Smiley, man, and you are tuned in to the one and only Dirt Gang TV. So we got a special guest in here today. Yo, y'all still tuned in there? Needs audio right, man. The helping divisions, which we like to call that over here. Time. Does the Lord really use you to help other people get out of certain situations? Yeah. This is your boy Harlem Smiley. You are tuned in to the one and only Dirt Gang TV, and as usual, it don't matter what y'all smoking on. There's a couple of things we got flowing, man, but right now I'm gonna play this perfectly flawed. You want to start out with that one?
So it was cool though. It was a cool experience. It was just too far. Like it just
that shit's far. I'm just a Brooklyn Crip from a Harlem set. Show some respect, and not cuz put it in check.
Yeah, man. Like I'm a whole different. I'm one of those.
Yeah, man. Whether it's an indica, a sativa, a hybrid, that Reggie Miller, the Reginald Jennings, the help of the. We gonna get all three tracks off you send me, but you want to start off with that one? You know we don't smoke that shit over. Please, y'all gonna burn your throat. The man ain't even been out of jail, but you know we gonna get into.
Podcast coming for today, so I felt like today it was only right that we started out with a little battle rap talk, man. Cause I know y'all done seen it, man. You know, to the all podcast.
Why he getting so deep? But we will see. And I still see y'all in there. Monday morning, get up. You can't get this money when you in there sleep on the couch. Let's go, man. Dirt Gang TV, the one and only, man. Let's get that. You want me to start out with the call them out?
Yeah, I think call them out would be cool. Yeah.
Call them out, start out with? All right.
Yeah. Gotta take out the weapons, the job opportunities a little bit more.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what it is.
Before we get into it, you know I be tell these girls too, man. This is a girl I work with too. She keep all her boyfriends keep breaking up with her because she's too aggressive. And I be trying to smoke it, man, especially the Fonto with the raw paper, of course, or the Bob Marley paper, man. But if you add the graphic. So, man, new information is surfacing in this Pop Smoke case. The dude, Corey Walker, who was literally the only adult that got locked up in the situation. Right now, he's having a hearing. So inside of the hearing, it was an officer that had to go in there and he had to testify about what was going down. So we're gonna take a look. We're gonna take y'all back on the rewind. Rest in peace to Pop Smoke, man. Rest in peace to Pop Smoke. February 19th, 2020. Pop Smoke was literally just inside of California. A lot of shit was going on. He was inside of California, handling business, doing what he got to do. Out there living life, chilling. Rented a house in Hollywood Hills. He's been not his first time out here. 4 o'clock in the morning, some, young punks decided to run inside of there. Pop Smoke life was taken. What a lot of people don't know is actually the details about what actually happened inside of the house. And the only reason why we know the details is because the idiots who ran in there, they did it to themselves. They told on themselves. They put the young dude, the 15-year-old, inside of the juvenile facility. When they put the 15-year-old in the juvie, this was in May 2020. End up getting locked up a couple of months before that. So they put him inside of a cell, and this dummy decided to tell his cellmate every goddamn scenario and situation that happened. And when I say any and every situation, he broke it down to detail. Not even realizing that this person who he was telling it to was a jailhouse informant. You see what I'm saying? Not even realizing that this dude and or the cell was wired up. So you idiots, I be trying to tell y'all, if y'all really think y'all running around in and outside these jails and they ain't got people that they put inside of y'all cell to get y'all information so y'all can tell on yourselves, y'all super stupid. Ambition, what's the word, cuz? Make sure y'all go subscribe to cuz channel, man. Y'all are super stupid and sadly mistaken if you thinking that when you get locked up for a high profile case that they not going to put somebody in there to try to get your information. So what happened was they put a jailhouse snitch inside of there, an informant. So they don't put regular cops inside of there. What they'll do is they'll get somebody who got locked up for some totally, different stuff. Then he'll be a snitch. And they'll go to him and be like, listen, this guy right here was locked up for a high profile murder, yada, yada, yada. You went here for some bullshit. You go in there and get his story. We'll take time off of your sentence. A lot of times that's how that works. So these idiots being, the person who they are, not being 100, not standing 10 toes down, regardless of whether they know this person or not, they go in there and they do the shit just to try to get their time shortened down. So that happens a lot. I've seen this happening since I was getting locked up. Hence the reason why they came up with that show 60 Days In. 60 Days In is they got that concept from them actually putting people inside of jails already. That's where they got that whole 60 Days In concept from. Was from literally putting people inside of the jail, getting jailhouse informants to go in there and rat it out. So you know what? Let's make a show out of the shit. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what happened. So they put him inside the cell with the jailhouse informant, and the 15-year-old told everything, detail for detail, as far as the motive of why they was going inside of there, who they shot, and why they shot him. So the whole motive for these kids running inside of there was literally to get Pop Smoke's jury. That's what the whole what's the name was. They was running in there to get Pop Smoke jury. When they ran inside the house at 4 o'clock in the morning, Pop Smoke was in the shower. Pause. He was in the, there was late night. They was out. They was probably chilling that night. They probably came back in, drunk, chilling, about to go to bed kind of shit. The little young kid tells them that they bust inside the house. The 15-year-old, they bust inside the house. When they get inside of there, he's in the shower. They pull the guns on him, tell him to get the stuff up. So according to the young kid, 15-year-old kid, they give up. Pop Smoke gives up the watch. He gives up the watch. When they go for the chain, the young kid said Pop Smoke tried to rush them. So the young kid said when Pop Smoke tried to rush them, they end up hitting him with the gun. You see what I'm saying? So when they hit him with the gun, he fell to the floor deal. And then the 15-year-old said he then proceeds to pulls out a 9 and he ends up shooting Pop Smoke in the stomach. And then he ended up getting shot 3 times. So that was the whole story as far as it. Then, we all know the situation with the 911 call that end up going to New York, yada, yada, yada. They end up getting the watch. The next day, they literally go sell the watch for $2,000. What? You got to be fucking kidding me. So you mean to tell me y'all done ran in that man's house, done took his life for over some jewelry and end up getting $2,000? Y'all end up letting them give y'all $2,000? $2,000 for the watch? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. You cannot tell me that this man lost his life for an equivalent of $2,000.
I turned you.
That's crazy. $2,000?
Recorders, I turned you niggas to mortars. If you ride, then I ride. If you slide, then I slide.
What? That's crazy, my nigga. $2,000? So the 15-year-old told the dude that inside the jail cell all that. He told him all that. And then the only adult that's actually locked up for it which was the dude Corey Walker. That's like really the only name they even throwing out there to release because he's the only adult. He goes and snitches on himself too. The 15-year-old, maybe his first time locked up, never been in trouble before, stupid move. But this dude, Corey Walker, you 20 years old. You are 20 years old, which means if you didn't been locked up before, you should already know the game. For all you idiots out there, because me, I don't plan on getting locked up for nothing no time soon at all. I'd have did that, been there, done that, Dre shit already. But for you idiots to still run around out there in them streets getting locked up in and out, y'all got to realize, man, that show 60 days and they didn't get that from nowhere. They've been putting fucking snitches inside of jail. It's been snitches running around inside of jail. This man just snitched on his co-defendant. You think they ain't going to go offer him to try to come snitch on you? They snitching on people who they know already. You think they ain't going to come on there and snitch on you to get less time? They going to do that no problem. And you dummies just letting them come in there just telling everything. Yeah, let's put them in that cell for a week and see what happens. Meanwhile, the cell is either wired or the inmate himself is actually wired. Dumbass. A lot of times they don't even do the wiring of the cell shit because that shit doesn't stick in court. But if you get a willing participant, as far as like a jailhouse snitch, to go in there and yeah, they signed a waiver saying that they was able to do that they was set up as like a sting operation in jail. That shit holds up in court. But illegal wiretapping inside of a cell, that shit don't hold up in court. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the 15-year-old just confessed to everything. Corey Walker told the exact same story that the 15-year-old told. The exact same story. So you know what they're trying to do. They're trying to pin the narrative on the 15-year-old to put the 15-year-old at fault to say he did the shooting. He did everything, even though the 15-year-old clearly admitted that he was the one that shot Pop Smoke. So the reason why they're doing that is because, A, they know he's 15 years old. 9 times out of 10, they can't try him as an adult. He's not going to do maximum time. The 20-year-old, if he's the only adult there. And let's be for real. It was 5 people that was arrested. 5 people that was arrested for the murder. Only 4 of them got charged. The 15-year-old, the 20-year-old Corey Walker, and we broke down the story already. There was 2 more people that was involved in the case, but as you can see, it was 4 people that was running outside that house. So them 4 is the 4 people that they got. The other guy that was sitting outside, the driver, he's the only one that I think didn't get charged. And why? I think he had a story, you know, even though that's coming a little bit down the line, that's going to come out soon. Because I think they told him to just drive them to a specific place and he didn't know what was going on, allegedly. But when they came running out the house, he ended up, you know, taking them to where they had to go, whatever like that too. So, you know, other than that, though, he didn't get charged. But the other 4 that's in there, they got charged. You see what I'm saying? That's why I be trying to tell people. Y'all out here self-snitching on yourself on YouTube. Y'all out here self-snitching on y'all shit in the street. Shit is crazy, my nigga. I just don't, it'd be unbelievable the shit that be happening in these streets and on YouTube sometimes. So now I ask y'all the question now. Now that it came out that the 15-year-old actually admitted that he was the one that actually shot Pop Smoke, do you think he's the only one that's going to be charged and there's going to be some minor tear shit with the other ones, or do you think they're just going to try to slay all 4 of them, man? Listen, man, y'all sit back and think about that. So, do you think they're gonna try to charge all four evenly, or are they gonna just try to go after the 15-year-old? Here's the problem with that, right? If you only go after the 15-year-old in that instance, the 15-year-old is not an adult. They can charge him as an adult, yes. But in California, the laws are a little bit different when it comes down to minors, especially because he got co-defendants. You see what I'm saying? So at the same time, here's what can possibly happen if they only end up charging the 15-year-old. If they charge the 15-year-old and the 15-year-old got a good lawyer, that's his first time locked up. There are laws about kids when they get locked up for the first time, even though sometimes with certain felonies it don't apply. But with this one, because he got co-defendants, they're going to try to use the narrative. He was a kid, and the adults, pretty much for the most part, forced the issue, made him go do it, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to say Corey Walker, which is the only adult in this, orchestrated the whole thing. So you got the 15-year-old, which never been locked up before. They have something called youthful offender. Basically, what happened is with the youthful offender is they'll not like they'll excuse it, but they'll lower down the actual, what's the name, the actual charges of your case. And then once you become an adult, depending on completion of probation or whatever you got to do, the sentence, that shit won't show up on your record. So that is a route that they can take. They can charge a 15-year-old. The 15-year-old could do some shit like that. The 15-year-old literally could do some stupid shit like 10 years in jail. So now the 15-year-old do some shit like 10 years in jail. He's out when he's 25 years old. That's not justice at all. But the other ones too, they can plead down to some shit too. Armed robbery, accessory to murder, stuff like that. But if they don't get charged with the direct murder themselves, they could also end up doing some shit like 10-year bids. Pop Smoke was somebody that was up and coming. I don't think it was nobody else that was, as far as in the music business, that was coming up fast like how Pop Smoke was coming up. Pop Smoke meant a lot to a lot of people. I don't think the people who loved him, who rock with him, who there was supporting his music, helping him through thick and thin, I don't think they're going to accept a 10-year sentence from anybody. Do I feel like the country is just going to go unrest and everybody's going to start marching around and all that? And nah, but I do feel like it was a lot. It's a lot that will happen if they don't put these people, or at least one or two of these people, in jail for a very long time. You got to think, when that 15-year-old told that dude in there that they literally just went in there just to rob them, and they end up getting the stuff, but then they could have just left. My thing is, y'all said y'all hit him with the gun. You said you gun butt him. He was down on the floor. He not fighting back. Y'all could have grabbed the shit and then got up out of there. You see what I'm saying? Y'all could have just took the watch and got up out of there. But nah, y'all wasn't satisfied with just the watch. All y'all wanted to do was go online and clout chase. Oh shit, look, we just caught Pop Smoke slipping. We got his jury and all that. Y'all intent wasn't going there to kill him. Y'all just want to catch him slipping. Go online and say, yeah, we got Pop Smoke's jury. Because you dumbass motherfuckers end up taking $2,000. You let somebody pay y'all $2,000 for from stolen jewelry from Pop Smoke. How stupid and dumbass and broke all you niggas is. $2,000? I don't care if you rob anybody. The shit got face value to it if they're a celebrity. That's a celebrity. And a lot of people in the chat, you see what they saying though too. Because of this kid's age, he was the one that admitted to it. Everybody else is throwing a story on him. It is a good chance that this kid, because of his age, he can literally do something like a 10-year bid. Somebody like this don't need to be on the street till they at 25 years old. I'm sorry. If the robbery was the whole reason for running in there, Y'all should have kept it robbery. If he try to rush y'all when y'all try to get the chain, all right, cool. You hit him with the gun. It is what it is. You hit him with the gun, snatch the chain, get out of there. He's on the floor. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna, I don't know if y'all ever been, I never been gun butted before, but at the same time, I'm gonna be honest. The shit looked like it hurt. You see what I'm saying? So y'all could have just grabbed the shit and get out of there. That let me know that y'all wasn't just there just trying to, what's the name? You see what I'm saying? You there trying to prove a point. Y'all there trying to be super tough. Shit like that. You see what I'm saying? So now you got to be super tough in jail. You got to be super tough in jail because I'm going to be honest. This is going to be one of them things to where if this man end up getting some fucking short ass sentence and them other people end up getting out unscathed because the young nigga done went in there and self-snitched on himself, yo, I'm telling you, I don't care where they at, California, New York, Corey Walker, or they ain't gonna be able to go nowhere. They gonna be walking around looking like a little Tum right now. See what I'm saying? Y'all ain't gonna be able to go nowhere in that instance. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, man, listen, they gotta take these little young dusty motherfuckers and they gotta throw these motherfuckers under the jail. And when I say under the jail, they need to be under the jail. Because it's bad enough y'all out here stealing shit. But if that's the case, take your shit and go. There's no sense of taking that man's life, especially after you done came out that you done hit him with the gun already. So now that's what I'm saying. They could actually be charged with something called premeditated murder. Because if it was just a robbery go wrong, still doesn't justify it. But at the end of the day, y'all literally just said that y'all hit him with the gun and he was on the floor already, which means it was absolutely zero reason for y'all to shoot Pop Smoke. Zero reason. And my thing is, this guy in the shower, all this commotion is happening. Why the fuck? Yo, where was the rest of the people? Nobody heard this commotion? That was crazy. Somebody asked me that same question, but at the same time, I told people, like, it could have been in an instance to where they was all out that night. They was out. They did a show. They went to the club that night. Everybody could have literally been inside that bitch, drunk. They could have literally been inside that bitch, passed out drunk. But damn, my nigga, it's like, how is Pop Smoke the only one that's up right now? That's crazy. You got the squad and all that with you. He the only one up. Like, come on, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody had to intervene. Now, like, I would have had to been in there with him in the same predicament. I'm sorry, my nigga. Word up. This is why I try to tell niggas, be like, damn, Smiley, why you be driving from fucking California to New York sometimes or California to Atlanta sometimes? Nah, I don't like walking around with dirty guns. And at the same time, like, yeah, shit getting spicy out here in these streets. So niggas ain't fighting no more. I ain't gonna be the only nigga like approaching conflict, trying to fight. And these niggas is like, you got to worry about beating a nigga up. He going right to the car to go get the like soft shit. Soft shit is nothing. It's 4-on-1. It's 4-on-1. Let's be for real. Y'all didn't even need the guns at that instance. The nigga was in the shower. Pause. Like y'all don't need no guns in that instance. So that means to tell me that whole shit right there, either you niggas is just young and stupid, or that shit was premeditated. You niggas had the intent of not going there just to rob him, but literally to take that man's life. And then it's crazy, son. It's crazy. Yeah, they from Hoover, but they not Crips. They Hoover criminals. You see what I'm saying? But that shit didn't even have, like, they knew Pop Smoke was Crip. That shit didn't have nothing to do with it as far as like, oh shit. Because Pop Smoke set in them is not in, they set is not in LA. So it wasn't like, oh shit, these niggas is Crip from a side we don't fuck with. People in California don't know what car 8 Deuce Trade the G Stones is under. They don't know who the G Stones rock with in California. They know it's Crips. They know they Crips, but they don't know who they rock with. They don't know whether they rock with the Deuce car, the Trey car. You see them? They don't know about none of that shit. So at the end of the day, they didn't just go there with the intent like, oh, these niggas just Crip, but they not Crip fucking with us. Like they Crip from the other side. Like, nah, these niggas was Hoover criminals. They wasn't even Hoover Crips. So if anybody know anything about Hoover criminals, them niggas right now, they run the streets. They like renegades. You ever see that movie? Damn, what the hell is that movie? Where they got factions and all that shit like that too. Like Earth got fucked up, so they had to split into factions. and you had niggas that's running around the earth, but they renegades, that would be the Hoover niggas. You see what I'm saying? That would be the that would be them fucking Hoover criminal niggas. Them niggas do not care at all. So once again, Young by the way said y'all not overstanding how the grooves get down. Overstanding or understanding? Janice, what's good? Yeah, I do know how they get down, my nigga. Word up. Hold on 1 second, dreaming. Let me just make sure that's you, cause y'all know how niggas being here on that porn bomb shit. Hold on 1 second. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Yo, dreaming, that's you?
Yes, sir. What's going on with you?
Yo, what's cracking, cuz?
You already know, cuz, just tapping in with you.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, so let me ask you something, dreaming, man. What's your input on this shit? Let's start out with the input as far as like the $2,000. Dude, that's crazy. The watch for $2,000? How stupid is that?
That's very dumb, to be real with you. But you gotta think about it, man. They were nervous. It was you know what I'm saying, it was a very hot watch, you know what I mean? And just to know that they lost their, freedom for $2,000, you know what I'm saying? That's not but like a cheap pound, you feel me? So I find that shit crazy, man, for real, man. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking $2,000. So now let me ask you something as far as the case goes, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you had any knowledge or any familiarity as far as what they call jailhouse informants?
Oh, definitely. Yes, sir. Definitely.
Yeah, them niggas been out there, man. So does it surprise you that the little young 15-year-old kid actually got caught up by the jail? Because that's how he wouldn't talk to the cops or nothing. He ain't snitch on nobody or nothing. What he did was he ended up fucking telling that goddamn telling his celly. And the celly was just an informant, man. So, was that to be expected from a 15-year-old, or do you think he should have just been moving way more different? Especially you out there robbing and shooting niggas, like you should have known.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. So I'm gonna keep it real with you, Harlem Smiley, cuz like with young niggas like that, they're in the streets, but they're not taught street like how we were. You know what I mean? They're not guided in the right direction. You know what I mean? And that's a high profile case. So it's obviously going to be informants in there because they're trying to get their way out. And then on top of that, the police, they're trying to shut this case down. You know what I mean? It's a high profile case. Somebody has to speak on something. Now, the older dude, he should have knew better. The 20-year-old, you know what I mean? Like just telling on himself, you know what I mean? So it's not really looking good for him right now, man. But I think it might happen what you expecting, man. The kid might get like 10 years, you know what I mean? But if they try to throw the book at him, I see the worst happening to him is probably just because he's young at the end of the day and all this. If he wraps it up and snitches on them, which is I think he might, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, he told by accident, but at the end of the day, he's going to have to end up just pulling that in court. He probably going to get like 20, 25 years, and the rest of them to get life, you know?
Mm-hmm. And that's why I say it seemed premeditated to me, because out of the 4 people who ran through the house, you mean to tell me, and this never happens, my nigga, you already know, especially it don't matter if you on a set, if you out in the streets, the youngest nigga never calls the shots. The youngest never pulled, like the youngest person out of all 4 of them was the person that actually took the shot. Come on, that's not right to me. Something's off with that. That don't never happen like that, unless the nigga that's there tell a nigga to take the shot kind of shit.
Nah, I think honestly what happened is that the older nigga that was there, he probably was scuffling with cuz. He probably wanted to be extra, and then a young homie seen it, and then he was just like, you know what, I'm already here, I'm standing. He was probably in the fallback position, and then he probably just shot cuz that's just his only natural instinct, you feel me? But just to fight a nigga while he naked, bro, I mean, I give it a Pop Smoke, man. Long live Pop Smoke, man. Nigga was fighting with his dick swinging, you feel me? No homo, pause. So I mean,
yeah,
shit was crazy.
So to know what's crazy is when I came out and I reported that when it first happened, I told niggas that the report came out that Pop went down fighting. Niggas like, it ain't no information out there like that, like yada yada. I told niggas, man, because the right people was saying that instance. Niggas said, I know Pop Smoke. Even though I wasn't there, I know Pop Smoke wouldn't have just gave his shit up. And that would have been the end of it. So when niggas was saying, I know he fought back, that's why it doesn't surprise me that they say this nigga was in the shower, that he gave them the watch, then they went to get the chain. That's when he rushed them. Because they said he had his jewelry on inside the shower. Well, not the watch. The watch was on the The chain, that's how they got the watch. The chain was on his neck while he was in the shower. So when
Oh,
they ran in there and all that, they grabbed the watch, but they was trying to get the chain too. So you know that's when they was trying to get the chain. That's when he rushed them. The scuffle happened. You see what I'm saying? But what the young nigga said was they hit him with the gun first when he rushed them. So my thing is, if he rushed him, they hit him with the gun. He was on the floor already. Why can I just take the fucking chain off his neck and then get out of there?
they wasn't thinking like that. Like I said, man, like you got some people that are just extra, you feel me? And that's the only way they see things. They're like, fuck it, we already here. We might as well do this, you know what I mean? They wasn't thinking, and they just really just threw their life away. That's why I say second degree, because like, yeah, it was premeditated, because he, you know what I'm saying, he had an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to leave or whatnot. But I think, bro, like, I think the intentions wasn't to kill him. I think his intentions was to be like, yo, we rob Pop Smoke. You can't come over here, you know, shit like that. That's why I really think the intentions were.
Correct. Yeah, no, that's me too, man. You know what's crazy is Pop Smoke moms cried in the courtroom. Not only the fact that her son is gone, she cried at the fact that the motherfuckers actually ran in there to rob him and got $2,000 for a fucking watch.
Funky dollars too. Funky as the that's really nothing. That's like, what is that, like rent? That's rent in New York, and you know what I'm saying, that's for a little cheap place too.
Cause not even they had to split that shit 4 ways.
Think of, so that's $500. So hold on,
$500.
Damn, $500. What is that? That's like some Yeezys, maybe. I think.
Yo, 500.
$500.
You can't even go on a run for more than a couple of days with $500.
I think you can have a nice resort just for one night for $500.
That's it. You can't get no Airbnbs. You nothing, my nigga. You can't even go to
in Georgia, in Columbus, Georgia, you can get it for $500.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, that shit don't make no sense. You mean to tell me you niggas is sitting in jail right now, facing murder charges, possibly facing the rest of your life for $500 a piece?
No, I don't believe this. My thing is this: people not talking about the dude that actually got the watch sold to him. He had to tell too, because that doesn't make sense. Because let's say, for instance, you do some crazy shit and you sell me something. How do they know that it was even sold to me?
Nah, so for basically what they got this information from, they got this information in May 2020 that the 15-year-old kid ratted on himself. We not hearing this information until now. He been snitched on himself when he first went into jail. Corey Walker snitched on himself in June 2020. The young nigga 15-year-old snitched on himself in May 2020. But they couldn't release that information now during the hearing. So now during the hearing, the dude is at the hearing, the adult nigga. That's why this shit came out right now. But they been knew about this shit since last year, as far as this dude self-snitching on himself. So, I mean, they've been had it. It was just a matter, they was waiting for the right time to actually, you know, pull up on it. Hold on, Fonz Pope. Yo, Poe, that's you? Yo, Poe.
What else gonna be?
Fonz Pope. Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Your shit breaking up, nigga. I had to make sure that was you. Make sure the poem bombers ain't coming out, nigga. Word up. So, Poe, what's your insight on this shit, my nigga? Your phone, your reception might be bad. I can hear some scrambling though. Poe, you can hear me? Oh, I'm gonna have to bring him back up. What's up, Simone?
Mine said she's gonna pick me up once she gets out of the way.
All right. Yeah, so
But who accepted the $2,000 though? Like who said, all right, this is what we getting, this is what we accepting, is $2,000. Like I want to know who was authorizing that. That's what I want to know.
Oh yeah. So that's what they was so once he snitched on himself, they went back and did like, cause you know, all right, with jewelry, right? People don't even realize this. When you steal jewelry, my nigga, that's how a lot of people get caught now. When you go to take jewelry to a pawn shop or some shit like that, you got to give them your ID. They check the serial numbers, all that shit. You might get out of there with the money and shit like that, but at the same time, they're literally gonna have all your information on the what's the name.
Exactly.
Yeah, so for what I'm reading right now, when he went and told that story in May 2020, they actually went back. It took them a couple of months, but they retracted the spot that they took it to. You see what I'm saying? So the person in the jury store didn't even have to snitch. Whoever took the what's name had to give them niggas ID. Dumbasses.
Damn.
Yeah.
Two
See
G for a rollie.
$2,000. A rollie with face value and nonetheless too. They didn't even have to tell a person about the, but you know, listen, they young, they was nervous. What you gonna do? Run down and tell niggas, oh shit, this is Pop Smoke's Rolex. But my thing is, I don't care what kind of Rolex it is. It's a Rolex. It's a Rolex, my nigga. Unless it's one of them older Rolex.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. It was a bust down, probably. You know, that shit devalues itself. You know what I'm saying? That's why.
Oh, yeah, when they put the diamonds all in it.
Exactly.
No, understandable too. Yeah, it definitely loses value. But we talking about there is only a limited amount of Rolexes that's out there right now to where you should be able to take, and the shit is looking nice and all that, and the shit is worth less than $2,000.
Damn. So you telling me their biggest drug dealer they knew only gave them $2,000? That's what basically they just telling me then.
They should have went to a drug dealer.
Yeah, for real.
Nah, they didn't. They went to a what's the name? They went to a pawn shop.
Should have robbed the pawn shop. Shit. They was already on the they already out there. Might as well go for the gusto.
Yep. So that's why I said that whole story is not like the police was just out there and they just insinuated or made that shit up. Nah, this the 15-year-old nigga told everything. He told that Sally everything to put all the pieces together to understand the whole motive, the whole reason why they ran in there and what they got when they ran out of there. Because there was still so many questions and all that. There was still so many questions and stuff.
What if the 15-year-old just say he was hummer stunting? He was just showing off for the bunkie and he ain't really shoot.
Nah, you see why though too? That's why they don't. That's why a lot of that shit is not admissible in court. But the only problem is he would have been able to use that if the dumbass nigga Corey Walker, the next month, they not even in the same jail facility. The 15-year-old is in juvie. Corey Walker is an adult. They hit him with the same shit. It worked with the 15-year-old. They put the informant inside of Corey Walker, the adult nigga. What's his name? He did the same shit. Told the celly what happened.
Was the shooter too?
Correct. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Corey Walker did the exact same thing. Both of these niggas got caught up by the jail informants or whatever like that. You see what I'm saying? So there's no way around that with them and the involvement. They know who's the actual shooter and everything, but the only problem is you don't want to just go after the 15-year-old. This is what I'm saying. They like DA is trying to make a scene. They trying to paint it to where Corey Walker was the only adult there. He was the one that was calling the shots and made them go do it. If that's the case, they can literally still hit the 15-year-old with the accessory and then hit Corey Walker with the full murder. He's an adult. He's going down.
This nigga Walker is funny. $2,000. I don't nah. That's crazy. $2,000.
$2,000, my nigga. There was no
shop.
That's what I'm saying. The pawn man confirmed it. The 15-year-old said the same thing, and so did Corey Walker. Damn. I don't think all three of them niggas is lying about the $2,000. The look on Pop Smoke mother face when she broke down, that's what I'm saying. I ain't not going to play that clip or whatever like that. She was so pissed that this lady didn't know the reason at all why they ran in there. Y'all got to understand. Her son was on a rise. He was a rising star. He is gone today for a watch that they thought the value was $2,000 and they accepted it.
Smile. You think, hold on, did they say how they got the address? Was it from when he posted the picture of the gifts or whatever? It had the address on it?
Yeah, that Ben came out from before though too. He didn't say it.
That was how they got the address though. It wasn't like a girl set him up or nothing.
Nah, them niggas was on Instagram Live when they was at the house and all that too, and then the address got leaked. Hollywood Hills is not that big. Hollywood is not that big, period.
I was about to say, and it can't be that many Airbnbs really, because out there.
Yeah, that's a fact. So that's the only problem is it's not like it's a big area to where it's hard to find people out there. And so many people that come to LA, they be scared or don't want to stay inside of like other places, so they go to Hollywood. That's easy lick out there. Tourists, rappers, and all that. That's where they stay at. They stay in Hollywood Hills. This is not something new that's been going on in California.
Is
It's been a lot of
compared to like 42nd? Like
hell no, it's not even that big. You got shit too, like, but it's other stuff. Like, Hollywood is just, I would call that like if you was on Long Island, that would be considered like the Hamptons. You see what I'm saying? So, as far as Hollywood, it's like that, but don't get it twisted. Right down the block from the Hamptons is Riverhead. All my Long Island people know if Riverhead is raggedy as fuck. That's where the jail is, the maximum jail is at. All that shit over there. It's the same thing with Hollywood, nigga. Inglewood is right down the block. Ooh, you could be in fucking West Hollywood and all that too. That's why I stay at when I go to LA with my family. That's where we was just at Pole last month. We stayed in West Hollywood where the airport and all that is at. That's West Hollywood. So when you go to Hollywood Hills and all that shit is mad close to Inglewood. That shit ain't far. That shit right down the block pretty much. You see what I'm saying?
Like what we was talking about with the school, with the girl was in the school out there, right down the street from. She said she had to walk through the gang members.
Oh yeah, you're talking about USC.
Yeah,
USC
I'm saying sort of that scenario, like the place right there, then right down the street is crazy.
Yeah, it's right in the Brim neighborhood.
That's a fact, my nigga. That shit is right in Brim neighborhood. That's why the college niggas get it. Man, listen, them Brim niggas be robbing the shit out them college niggas.
All that shit.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit not too far from my hood. See what I'm saying? So yeah, I know. Yeah, right down the street. I know what I'm saying? Them USC niggas, you get it bad if you gotta go to USC. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's like a lot of people, they come out here and they go to Hollywood Hills and really think like, oh shit, we in Hollywood. It's a bunch of white people running. Nah, my nigga, nah.
Shit. Yeah, Sherman Oaks, they fuck around and meet some real life thugs out there, bro.
That's a fact. Niggas go to Venice Beach and shit, thinking it's a bunch of skateboarders. Nah, my nigga. Nah.
Venice Beach look ghetto as hell.
Yeah, but nigga, so many fucking niggas. That's what Blueface and them his niggas is at down there. You got the shorelines. It's mad shit down there. Yeah, hell yeah. It's mad gangs over there. But I'm just saying, that's where niggas go.
They banging at the beach?
What, nigga? Man, listen.
Believe it or not, not to even cut you off, Venice Beach was a black community way before it was like known as a tourist town. Like that's a real historic shit that like black stayed over there. You know what I'm saying? Just like how they stayed in Watts. That's just a little history for Venice Beach.
Back in child, the fucking Hollywood Hills and Hollywood is not fucking 20, 30 minutes away. You fronting. It's not no 20, 30 minutes. I'll maybe give you 15 minutes. Maybe. It's not that far. Because when I stay in West Hollywood, nigga, I'm literally right around the corner from Inglewood.
Yeah, but I know it's right there. It's right there.
Yeah, it's right. It's right there. Like I don't know what you say. Yeah, it's right there. You see what I'm saying? It's literally right there, nigga. So it ain't no damn sure. Ain't nothing 20, 30 minutes away.
Nah,
except
like
for Long Beach. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Ain't nothing 20, 30 minutes away, nigga. Long Beach. That's it. That's the only thing 20, 30 minutes away.
Who y'all talking to?
The nigga in the chat, back in child. I'm saying, said, yeah, I know I ain't bugging my. Listen, I'm out there all the time. There's no way you can, tell me about fucking.
Yeah.
That shit. Yeah, that shit is crazy.
We both said Long Beach at the same time, so
that's it. That's a fact. Long Beach is on the way back when I come back to my crib, my nigga. That's why I know exactly how long it take. Especially too, when sometimes you go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. One of that shit in Inglewood would be packed, my nigga. You fuck that. I'm going to Long Beach.
Pico. I like Pico. Pico's a lot more safer, but it get turned up in Pico, man. Like, believe it or not, the Inglewood one is all right, but that shit looks shady, and you already know the background. Niggas can't really, niggas ain't, you know how that go. I ain't really trying to.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie though. To me though, that one got the best food. That's why I fuck with the one in Inglewood. That's the most. That's the second most dangerous one. The original one there, Four Corners. That's the deadliest one though, right there though too. But in Inglewood, ain't nobody from over there and outside of town too. So that's the only problem. It's like yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got like literally, nigga, that's the furthest, nigga. We ain't got no allies, nigga. You better gun your way out of there. Hold on, that shit. But yeah, man. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, you good though. But yeah, this whole it's 30 minutes away. You need a car. Yeah, you need a car, but anyway,
you need a car, damn right.
I don't know. Yes, maybe he or she talking about walking. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. Beast 13 said you could die with them chicken and waffles. I ain't even gonna lie, nigga. Them shit taste so good, nigga.
I ain't gonna lie. On the real tacos.
Shout out to Bro Says Beef. Peace.
Nah, tacos in Compton, you definitely would die about them shits for real though.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's why I like going to that. That's
I
why
just want Randy's donuts.
Yeah, nah, that's what I'm saying. That's nigga, that's right there in Inglewood, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I make it on you hit that, you can hit that shit coming back from Roscoe's. You see what I'm saying? On the way there too. Or
And I'm telling
sometimes when I
niggas
go,
I'm on the Bosco. And I'm like,
yeah.
who you? I'm like, I'm the Bosco 100, nigga.
Oh
That's my
nah.
code.
Oh yeah, nah, you'll get it like that though too. I ain't gonna lie, but I stopped there on the way back. When I go to Fat Burger in the 60s, I'll
Yeah,
stop at
I'm gonna be
I'll
real.
stop at Randy Durham's.
Fat Burgers is so overrated. That's just my personal opinion. I like In-N-Out's better. That's just my opinion.
I haven't had In-N-Out or Fat Burger. I just recently had Jack in the Box when I came to Hawaii for the first time. I never even had that. That shit sucked.
Yeah, I ain't gonna. I don't know. I fuck with Fat Burgers fries, but I could take it. I mean, Fat Burgers burgers, but In-N-Out fries is the shit. You know what I'm saying, but yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You know, sometimes when the family come out here from New York and shit, you know, I gotta take them to the little historical landmarks like that. Like we got mad. I'm trying to tell niggas this was Holy Moly Donut Shop. This nigga's like, nah, this Randy Donuts, bitch. You see that big ass donut on top?
Holy
This
moly,
moly, bitch.
shop.
You know what I'm saying? The fuck? What you thought it was gonna say holy molies? Nah, nigga, Moly don't own this shit. Word up. These niggas be having me dying, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna drop that. We gonna salute everybody on Twitch, man. I be forgetting about y'all all the time. I see y'all leaving comments up there. Salute everybody on Facebook right now, as well as YouTube, man. We gonna get back into it and talk about a little bit more of this Pop Smoke case, because I'm gonna be honest, man. It's more variables, and I'm gonna go through all the variables of this case than people think. People think, oh, they got him, and that's the problem. People be thinking these be locked up, that they about to automatically get charged and they're gonna do life. And nah, as y'all see in this last couple of years, especially with the police, it's a lot of loopholes in the system, man. So, Fonz Poe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a question real quick, my good man. Would you definitely in the past having some kind of in and out of the some kind of recollection with the prison system, we gonna call it. How do you feel like this is gonna play out as far as with the 15-year-old, with the 20-year-old, and then the other two that's also minors?
It all depends on the minors, how they act up in court. If they go in there on some, yeah, I feel like if they start snitching, the older nigga getting it all. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
but
that's a fact.
I feel like if they stick to their guns, he might walk. The little nigga might take all the weight. I've seen it happen.
Now, but it's up to the DA, because he's a minor though too. It's up to the DA whether they want to charge him fully or whether they want to go after, because it
depends on the charge, what the other niggas' records look like.
Nah, all of them niggas is first. Only nigga not a first timer is a 20-year-old, but the 20-year-old only got misdemeanor.
Oh, see, like that don't really count. That ain't gonna come up.
Far Rock, what's the word, my G?
What's going on? Salute to the panel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I definitely want to get your insight on this whole case before I actually ask you that same question I asked Poe. What's your insight on this whole the whole shit that happened now that this 15-year-old and the 20-year-old, the shit that came out that they sell Snitch?
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know too much about it because I just tuned into the live and I seen a meme saying that his cellmate was wearing a wire. Now, if I feel like this, if the 15-year-old is admittedly he's the shooter, it might cut some slack off for the other two cats. Everybody's getting time. But
Mm-hmm.
at this point, somebody might not get a life sentence because that juvenile pulled the trigger.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
So I
And
know
they
you,
could,
and I know you
huh?
just tuned in, and I know it's a little, I know it's getting on that later side out there. So I'm gonna do the
Yo,
quick
yeah.
run. I'm gonna do a quick rundown from you for all of the
Okay.
information that came out today. We're gonna do it real quick. So the
Okay.
15-year-old self-snitched on himself, told
Mm.
the jailhouse informant that they went in there just the intention to take the Rolex and the chain that they seen on Instagram.
Right.
They end up taking the Rolex, the chain, they couldn't, but once they shot him, they kind of got out of there. They sold the watch for only $2,000.
They sold the watch already? Shit.
They sold it right after that. They sold it right after that, like the next day,
For
to a
2
fucking
racks.
for $2,000. And remember, it's for them, so they got to split that up. They got to split that up 4 ways.
Yep.
So they sold the watch for $2,000 to a fucking pawn shop. Yeah, there was 4 people charged that they charged with the murder. He told the jailhouse snitch was the person. They put the informant inside of it with the wire. They didn't do it where they wired the cell this time, because when they be wiring the cells, that shit always get thrown out of court. It's inadmissible. But where they put it on the actual person this time, that's how he got caught like that. This happened in May 2020. Pop Smoke died in February 19th, 2020. He got locked up right after that. He told the jailhouse informant this in May. They just couldn't release it because they had to wait for everybody to see what they was doing. Out of the 4 shooters, out of the 4 people that was there, the youngest one, which is the 15-year-old, he was the shooter. He admitted to shooting Pop Smoke 3 times and shooting Pop Smoke with a 9mm. The 20-year-old Corey Walker also self-snitched on himself in June of 2020. So he did the same thing to the 15-year-old, but he told the exact same story that the 15-year-old told. The 15-year-old told the whole shit. Pop Smoke was in the shower. He said Pop Smoke gave up the watch, but the chain, he was in the shower with the jewelry on. He went to go take the chain. Pop Smoke rushed him. They hit him with the gun. Then while he was on the floor, the young 15-year-old said he shot him 3 times. All of this came out today. So with that being said, how do you think this case is going to proceed now? But I know my guy driving right now. Take your time. Make sure you drive. I do like it's rainy out there and shit. Nah, you good. So with all that being said, how do you feel like this case is going to play out as far as with the 15-year-old and with the 20-year-old and the other people besides that?
Call, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, nah, man. You good. So my question to you is pretty much is just.
Yo, I'm gonna jump right back in because my car Bluetooth is acting up.
All right, I'm gonna drop the link for you again.
I'm gonna come right back in.
That's a fact. Yeah, so back to you, Fonz Poe, whatever like that. So you said you think the 15-year-old might get off scot-free?
If he stick to his story and keep saying he was the one.
Well, with this coming out now, I'm pretty sure they can't go no other route. But I'm pretty sure that's why they held on this information for such a long time, because they didn't want to just get the 15-year-old. Here's the problem with the DA, right? If the DA decide to go after just the 15-year-old and not charge the other people, it's a chance that they might fucking that this kid might not actually get convicted, because if they do trial and all that too, like it's a chance that they might lose this case. You can't lose a high-profile case like this. But
are we actually witnessing the first rapper ever to have his killers come to justice?
Yeah, but that's if justice is gonna be served though. You see, the Pac and Biggie murders is unsolved. You see what I'm saying? The Big L murder unsolved. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you right with that one. But just because they caught, I don't know if we're gonna get the justice that people think with the 15-year-old being the shooter. Let's get clear. If the 20-year-old Corey Walker was the one that actually did the shooting or whatever like that, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now.
Yeah.
But the fact, but the fact that it was a 15-year-old with no record, he was the youngest one there. You see what I'm saying? What California do with a lot of 16-year-olds? With 16-year-olds, they'll try a lot of 16-year-olds as adults.
I'm about to say wave them up, right?
Yeah, correct. But he's 15. You see what I'm saying? So people, they not realizing that instance. Far Rock, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? My Bluetooth was acting up.
Nah, you good. So my questions was to you was, if you heard all that information I pretty much dropped down, how do you feel like this whole case is gonna play out as far as with the 15-year-old and with the 20-year-old?
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Legal aid or pay lawyers?
Pay lawyer. Nah, he got to pay lawyer.
Oh, he got to pay lawyer?
His parents got money. This kid has no record. Like, it seemed like he was just a little fuck up.
Okay, this is what I see going on. He gonna fuck around and stay in there till he's an adult, maybe 21. They're gonna hit him with a manslaughter. They're gonna release him when he's 21. If it all goes good, because he has no record, so they're gonna look like it's messed up because the case is high profile. So they want to make an example. So they probably gonna keep homeboy in there. They're gonna give him a sentence.
Juvenile life. That's what they call it. Juvenile life.
Juvenile life. There we go. And boy gonna be in there till he's 21. And then when he get out, you know what I'm saying? He gonna be all right. He got a paid lawyer. Those other dudes
be on community control after that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Them other dudes, they're gonna have a problem. Even though they're not the trigger men, they're gonna have a problem. Because somebody
they're -2. The other two, besides only one adult, the other ones are -2.
Somebody's
no record.
biting the bullet. Somebody got to bite the bullet on this one. And
you're not hearing about the other two because they're minors. Their names is not being released because they're minors. They absolutely have no record, and they're labeled not the shooters. You see that they didn't even charge the they arrested the driver, the getaway driver, but they didn't charge him.
How the fuck that didn't happen? Oh, the fuck!
I don't know,
because he's an accessory. If that's the case,
yeah. Nah, he was somehow.
I didn't know I was taking them. Oh, they all put on masks and loaded their guns in the back seat, but I didn't know what was going on.
I don't know how he proved that or how he came up with that too, but it was almost like he drove them there without knowing their intent to do anything. So it was almost like if I call you and be like, Fonz Pole, yo, give me a ride and drop me off here. But hold on, I'll be right back. I'll be right back out. And then you just see niggas running out with guns. You hear gunshots, see niggas running around with guns, and see what I'm saying? So it was almost like, I don't know how he proved that, but I know 5 people got arrested. 4 people was only charged because they
parked like 2 blocks away or something, right? Or 2 blocks over. So did they tell the nigga, hold on, we'll be right back. Loading up their guns, put on their mask, get out the car. And he just like, okay. But you're going to get candy.
But with something like that, that's not going to come out to a trial. That shouldn't come out to a trial unless it's presented in front of a grand jury. That's the only way they can't charge homeboy, and everybody would have to agree that, nah, he was just a driver.
Yeah, you didn't know.
Shit like that don't come out to a trial.
Yeah, but no, that's what I'm saying though too. That as far as them, a lot of the older dude, Corey Walker, he's the nigga right now that's actually doing hearings and all that shit. So that's why all of his information is the only one they releasing, is because he's the only adult.
Do they all got paid lawyers?
I don't know. The only information I got is literally on the 20-year-old and on the 15-year-old. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's it. Like, they not even the other two. The only thing
Molly,
you know about
the politics on the criminal. Like, what's the difference between the criminals and the Crips? The Hoover criminals and the Hoover Crips.
The Hoover
criminals used to be Crips.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dreaming. I'm gonna let you answer that real quick, and I'll follow up.
All right, cool. Basically, is this the only people that really claim the C card are the 5 deuces? But anything past that, like the 5 nines and upper, they're criminals. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, you gotta think about it. Way before this Crip and the Blood, and the Hoovers has always been quote unquote the bad guys of Los Angeles, just because it's the street and it's always been known for hustling and robbing and prostitution. You feel me? So it was just a matter of time before they became their own band. You feel me? So they pretty much, anybody killers. Pretty much though.
Yeah,
that's a fact, man. So that's pretty much. That's
so
what he
if
said,
a Hoover criminal and a Hoover Crip, they see it's like, is love, or it's just like fuck that nigga, or
They Hoover.
Probably
They
depends
Hoover.
on the
They
set
not
or the
like
neighborhood.
you ask a nigga if they not from 5 Deuce, if they not from 52nd Street, if they from 5'9", they're from 007, they're criminal. Are they Hoover? You like they not Crip, they not Bloods, they Hoovers. You feel
So
me?
what
That's
you
it.
asking for is for
like
you
the
asking it
Pyru,
for
the Crip
five
set.
what happened?
It's sort of like they the Pyrus of the Crip set. Like sort of just they not Crip, but I mean
They're their own entities. If you, I see what you're saying too, like how Paru want to be their own entities. Paru
yeah,
didn't
like
want
they
to be
don't
labeled
like you
as
can't call
blood.
Pyru or blood. They're like I ain't blood, I'm Pyru.
Well, yeah, for the most part, but it's like Hoovers for most part they rock with the Hoovers. I don't think the Hoover criminals from my instance, I don't think the Hoover criminals get into problems with the Hoover Crips because I know that's what you was asking before. Of like if it's
Yeah,
5 Deuce Hoovers, see like a
my main
5'9"
question
Hoover criminal.
was like what's gonna happen with the niggas in jail? Like is it gonna be niggas
Nothing
on their
really.
head from
They
all set?
cool. I mean, to be real, they cool. Like that's a like Cuz was saying earlier, like they from New York, so it's really like there's really like no allies or really put much. I mean, unless it's a personal issue, unless it's a nigga that's from LA that's a Pop Smoke fan and see the nigga the Wooty Wop or whatever the case may be. But them niggas are protected. You gotta think about it, bro. If they don't mind breaking into somebody's house, you think they give a fuck about a fist fight or a knife fight? You know what I mean? So.
I'll be back.
Nah, yeah. When I say them niggas is renegades, like them niggas is literally renegades, my nigga. Like they don't give a fuck about nobody or none of that shit. You see what I'm saying? So what Fonz Poe was asking as far as like jail, he's asking how does the criminals run around in the prison system? It's the same way that yeah, I'm gonna be honest, the same way they run on the streets. I try to tell people it's not easy for niggas to be running around out here claiming Hoover. Like them niggas got enemies everywhere. You see what I'm saying? Like it
and a fucked up background and some fucked up facts, but I'll just keep it like that.
Yeah.
I'm not from LA, but I go out there. But I heard the Hoovers, they pretty much the most hated next to like, damn near like some people don't fuck with the 60s like the Hoovers, they say. You know what I mean? Because they say the 60s be wilding out there too. But I heard the Hoovers is the most hated set. You know what I'm saying? They say they the most hated set. And not only that, they one of the biggest sets.
Nah,
you know
I don't know about the big.
Nah,
large,
when they was one, you could have said that, but it's just like so much division with the Hoovers now too. It's like 8 Trade was like a lot of people don't realize like 8 Trade. Like people say the 60s. I don't think the 60s was the most hated set. The 60s just had a lot of fucking members. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, but 8 Trade, that was like a very hated set inside of, like it was very weird. 8 Trade took on allies, that they didn't really want to take on because they was pretty much going up against the whole roller call. You see what I'm saying? So which is you can't go up against the Rollins and the East Coast. Like that's like, I'm saying, that's almost like death right there. So niggas was just taking allies everywhere. But I would definitely say throughout the course of the years, Hoover criminals has definitely been hated. Like I feel like if it was like a Hoover criminal standing on the corner with like somebody from 60s and somebody from like 8 Trade, I really feel like they will both start shooting at the Hoover criminal first and then start shooting at each other, like kind of shit. You see what I'm saying? So, shit like that, man. But it's very different politics that goes on inside of LA than it goes on in New York. To where you go to New York, that's all the only Hoovers you see. Ain't no Hoover criminals running around there. You only see 5 Deuce Hoovers running around, which bang Crip. You see what I'm saying? So which there's a lot of them inside of New York. Yeah, like their set actually has been coming up like a motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man. You know how that got. You know how that go, man. You see what I'm saying? And dreaming back to the what's name. They are allies with 8 Trade gangsters, all West gangsters, Long Beach Insanes with the grapes. Young, by the way, listen, Young, by the way, I don't know. I don't know. Let me ask you this, Dreaming Foreign TV.
Yes, sir.
Did you hear anything about as far as the Long Beach Insanes clicking up with the 8 Trade gangsters? That That's
I'm gonna
not
tell you
even.
this. I'm gonna tell you this on the real though. Like people gotta understand. Not to put too much information out there. To
Yeah.
answer your question, yes, because you gotta think about it. The Insanes have a bond with the Grave Streets. They have a bond with the Hoovers. They've been had a bond with the Hoovers since the mid '80s or whatnot. And the Hoovers are cool with the A Trays sometimes, but most of the time they're pretty much cool with them. So yes, they are. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, no, I understand that too, and I understand, as far as the cargo, whatever, like that too. But that, especially with like the Insanes in Long Beach, like a lot of people think that they get into a lot of shit, but a lot of other Long Beach sets and all that shit too. Like niggas couldn't understand how Snoop Dogg actually did that whole shit. The East Siders, you see what I'm saying? Because he from
Shit.
20s, them being from
Definitely.
Insane, that shit was crazy. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but
Like,
most of his camp family is from it's from Insane or whatnot. Like his most of his cousins, bodyguards or whatnot. And but then again, this is the thing though, just to give y'all a little history and whatnot. Reese Cup or whatnot before he got locked up in the 2000s or whatnot for some bullshit or whatnot. He was basically maintaining Snoop or whatnot and really kept far as like with the Insanes in the 20s, what I'm saying, connected because all of them are really pretty much either brothers or cousins, and they felt like it was dumb to be fighting against each other when you had guys from Compton or whatnot, Death Row Adam or whatnot, and Easy E's or whatnot. And so, I mean, they felt like, we can't, go against each other or whatnot. But once he got locked up, I think it was just BS, in Long Beach.
yeah, no, that's a fact, man. And salute to all my peoples in Long Beach, man. I fuck with Long Beach. I ain't gonna lie.
All of
Long
it, the
Beach is
whole
funny.
part.
Yeah,
They got some good ass fucking food out there.
Shout
that's
out
a
Young
fact.
Stupid.
Yo,
I've never been to Long Beach.
Stupid
before.
Young, my nigga. It's not Young Stupid. It's Stupid Young, my nigga. Salute to
I've
Stupid
never
Young,
been to
man.
Long Beach.
Yo, Far Rock, that be the place that people be forgetting about in LA. Everybody
And them
always
niggas
talk about
janky.
going
Them
to
niggas be robbing.
Hollywood.
And them niggas racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch out for it. Them niggas is really
Yeah.
about that.
I ain't gonna lie, I fucks with Long Beach as far as like the act, like when you go as far as the like beaches and all that shit, you want to get on like jet skis and all that shit. Like the only place really around there too that even let you permit you to even have jet skis and all that shit is in Long Beach, So a lot of times they got the shit down there to where niggas be having mad barbecues and all that shit. I fuck with Long Beach. I ain't gonna lie.
That's
Word
all
up.
Crips down there, right? Long Beach.
Yeah. Long Beach is it's a whole city of Crips that just some of them just don't get along with each other. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Yeah, I've been to San Diego. I've been to Downey. I've been to motherfucking South Central. I've never been to Long Beach.
Yeah,
Long
you
Beach
should.
kind of out the way unless you know somebody out there,
But nah, if you was going from San Diego to LA, then you drove right by Long Beach.
Oh, you had no choice.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I must not have noticed it. You know what I'm saying? It was early in the morning.
That bitch flamed up, all red on, red rags.
But to keep it real with you though, like people don't really trip on that. I'm gonna keep it real with you though. Like people know, like if you really want to disrespect them, if you want to wear a certain hat, you know what I mean?
It's hats. It's not colors.
Feel me? Yeah.
That's what I try to tell niggas, man. Everybody keep talking about like my cousins in them when they come out here, they tell me that all the time. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Let me put this little what's the name over there, this overlay real quick.
Shit.
Yo, Young, you there?
Let me get a single back to it. Hello, yeah, I can hear you.
Do me a favor real quick. I'ma remove you off the stream. Just hit your camera real quick. Let me make sure you're a real person. All right, you good. You can turn your camera off. All right, because I had to make sure that was you. Yo, what's good, family?
Oh, what's good, man? I was just listening.
Yeah, so I definitely want to. Yeah, nah. I definitely listen. I definitely like different insight on here, So let me hear your insight on this whole. But let's start with the part where we were just talking about though too. So yeah, go ahead. Talk your shit.
What you was talking about with the Hoovers and shit?
Yeah. Go ahead.
See, yeah, what you gotta understand is, bro, they still run with the Crips when they come to the pen. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, they ally with the A-Trays, the Insanes, all the trade cards. They ally with anybody that's anti-neighborhood. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, because when they go to county jail, the county jail is neighborhood central, and you know how it is. It's strength in numbers. It might be 2 or 3 in the whole dorm, but like 10, 11 neighborhoods.
Yeah. Okay. So I see what you're saying. So if they was all standing on the corner right there, you think they might actually shoot at the dude from 6-0 first?
Of
That's a
course.
100% fact. That's a fact, bro. That's on my life.
Of course.
Yeah. Now
That's a
you know
100%
why
fact.
I always ask that question too, especially out here too, because the same thing like in LA and San Diego, they got some shit called Four Corners of Death out here. So that actually happened before too. You actually had niggas from 4 different sets standing on each one of them corners, and it was like, oh shit, who the fuck do we shoot at? You see what I'm saying? So you know, whole nother different story for different
You
times.
gotta
Yeah, but
understand the Hoovers, where Hoovers are at, bro. They have their own section. You know what I'm saying? They from the 50s to the 100s. They got their own section. So they deep as a motherfucker. They deep enough to hold their own. You feel me?
So let me get this straight. The
All
grapes
right.
don't mess
See,
with the
he answered the
neighborhood.
question I sort of want to know. Like,
No.
Nah,
who's
the grapes is
running the
trash, bro. And the grapes in the 60s been beefing niggas since the 80s. You feel me? Since the world on wheels days.
but remember, Far Rock, that's only in LA. Only
Yes,
in
sir.
LA.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Because
only in LA. You go anywhere outside of LA, and the grapes in the neighborhood, any Rollins fuck with each other.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not part of the functions out here. And see, you from Harlem, bro. The Harlems and the Hoovers are nowhere near each other.
At all.
Nowhere at all. Not nowhere
that's a
near
fact.
each other, bro. Like they gotta go way across the whole other side.
That's why you don't hear too much.
West.
Yeah, that's why you don't hear too much. Somebody asked me that before too. Why you don't hear too much about, the Hoovers and all? I say, nah, my nigga, like that. You really don't interact with them niggas unless y'all in like a mutual area or you get caught slipping in their zone or jail or some shit like that. Yeah.
That's it.
Only in the county jail, bro.
I got a question though. Are Compton Crips, do they just have their own card or do they align themselves with like gangsters?
They hub in the dub. Nah, it's Compton.
They run the hub and the double Watts. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So Compton and Watts got some shit called
That's only in prison though. That's not in the streets. That's only in prison.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
but
prison
you know what
card.
it is though? You know why you thinking that? Compton Crips think of themselves like Brooklyn Crips do. You see what I'm saying? Like a Compton Crip, you can be like Compton got different sets, mad different sets. But a Compton Crip will tell you they from, they'll tell you they'll
different Crip sets and like 12 diamond sets.
Correct.
No, they got like, and I heard there's no Bloods in Compton. There's only Pyru.
It's all it's Pyrus. Yeah. I was about to say it's not like Long Beach, but yeah, they got Pyrus out there for sure. You see what I'm saying? But people don't realize that's like, like.
But Pyru is a real Compton gang, though. Pyru's a real Compton gang, though. That's
what y'all don't realize is Pyru is a real street. Pyru is a real street.
It is. I know.
But it's originated in Compton. You feel me? That's the only thing, though. You feel me? Like that's the only thing that I take that Compton. I give it up to Compton. Niggas out of there, they say, you know what? They want to, go under other niggas' umbrella. They want to, be, saying what that P stand for. So that Pyru Street, saying that is in Compton. You feel me? So that,
what's crazy? Young and Dreaming Foreign TV. Two of the best dispensaries in LA. One of them shits is on Pyru Street. The other one is right off of fucking Queen Street. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. So that's what I'm saying. Like, nigga, I go to both of those dispensaries out there. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie. Like, that's where the good dispensaries is at. So I know exactly what you're talking about as far as over there too. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, like I had to check in and roll around the Grandees and all that shit. Like I had to see shit like that because it's just
the
like
Grandees ain't nothing but a street. It's a street. It's a quota section full of apartments. That's it.
That's it. I thought it was just like, I ain't gonna lie. I do think it's just like some way bigger shit, but that's all it is.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It's a half a cul-de-sac block that go all the way to the end. That's surrounded by neighborhood apartments.
It's a
street. It's a street. Just like Pyru Street. It's the same thing. It's a street in Compton that they made famous. And just turned it into Nutty Block. That's what Nutty Block Compton Crip is, the Grandees.
Correct.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So I got a question,
man.
Yep.
So Compton Crips, do they align themselves with anybody else like outside of Compton, or are they just their own entity?
In prison or on the streets? On the streets, every street gang is their own entity. You know what I'm saying? You might have three, like they got Atlantic Town Farms, the Atlantic Drive, the Spook Towns and the Farm Dogs. They fuck with each other. So that's
an ATF. Yeah.
Then you got ATF, Atlantic Town Farms, you know what I'm saying? Then you got the Nutty Blocks, and then they got their own little line. Then you got the Trag New Lantana.
Trag News,
Yeah, so it's kind of broke down. Yeah, you got like Nutty
Oh,
South Atlantic. You know what I'm saying? They
Mm-hmm.
don't, because they all got common enemies. Whoever got a common enemy, bro, a enemy, you know what they say, a friend of a friend is the enemy. Whatever they say, that shit.
yeah, I know what
That
you mean.
that's how the
Yeah,
Compton niggas get down. If
that's a
they
And
fact,
beef
Clutch
with
man.
is down
And-
them,
over there too, right?
anybody who beef with Nutty Block is cool. Anybody who
Okay,
beef
so
with Santana Block is cool. Like that's just how they get in.
yeah, like
okay.
in Compton, they got a lot of block crips out there. You see what I'm saying? Like you'll
Mm.
get a lot of block crips out there, man. And salute to my guys out there. Now, I
Is
always say this shit wrong.
Lantana,
Altadena block
Nutty?
crips. You see what I'm saying? You got a
Nutty
lot of
Block,
They got Pocket
Santana
HBCUs.
Hood and
Block.
stuff
Nah,
like that.
that's in Doherty though. That's in
That's
a
in
whole nother
Doherty.
city. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's in the
nah, but
that's
the
far
reason,
from Compton.
but
That's
that
in the valley.
nah, but you know that whole shit originated though. That shit originated in Compton and moved out. That's what a
Mm.
lot of people don't realize, young. You see what I'm saying? I do research on a lot of
It's a
shit,
lot
my
of hoods
nigga.
in
You see what
Willowbrook
I'm
that claim
saying?
Compton though. That's
That's
like
a
the same
Now,
fact.
thing.
Willowbrook is a section of Compton that they just recently sectioned off, but that's all Compton. That's
Yeah, it was.
original
Yeah,
Compton.
it was. Yeah, it technically was Compton, but they did just
That's
make
all
it. You know,
Compton.
Santa. Yeah, exactly.
They
They
just turned that
sectioned a
shit.
lot of shit off, man. I don't know what the fuck they
Yeah,
doing to
Yeah,
South Central and fucking in Compton right now. Like,
because
gentrificating. You know, what I'm saying they
all
tired
down
of niggas.
Rosecrans is Willowbrook, and then
hell,
all down Greenleaf is Willowbrook, and down Rosecrans is Compton. It's weird.
that shit crazy, man. Like they still ain't got that raggedy fucking train up and running out there
They ain't
yet.
got
Like
them
I'm like,
streets fucked up.
yeah,
Niggas
I'm
can't even
saying
ride
shit
nothing, nigga.
fucked
You
up out
fuck your
there.
rental, nigga. Damn.
Niggas
Nah,
been doing fucking construction over there for fucking 4 years. Dumbass niggas.
the train up and running now.
Shit.
Oh, it's up and running now?
Yeah, it took
Yeah,
like 80
I just can't.
Pisces to get it right.
God damn. I was
It
about
took
to
like
say, mother.
250 Pisces.
Yeah, for real.
Yo, I like ride. I ain't gonna lie. I'm from New York, so when I go out there, I like ride. It almost make me feel like I'm in New York riding on the train, man. Like I'm on a Long Island Railroad, not the subway. But I be mad as a motherfucker when that shit ain't out there, man. I like to ride through the hoods on the train, man. Swear it up.
That's all
That
you
nigga,
gonna
I
see
put
on the blue line. If you hop on the
that's a
blue line,
fact.
that's all you gonna see. That shit ride through every neighborhood in LA.
Every hood.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Hopefully
That
niggas
shit.
don't see a familiar face. I'm keeping it real with y'all.
Word up.
But yo,
That's
fellas, man, I just got to Southside Queens real quick. I'm about to
uh-oh.
check my peoples. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yo, it's good for the info. I love, you know what I'm saying, being on this panel and shit like that, man. It's like I'm learning something new every day, man.
That's a fact,
know?
man. Salute to all my niggas in Southside, man, on Sufton 108. Salute to all my niggas on Garbu and Fachi. I know how that go, man.
Word. I'm right off of suffering right now, you know.
That's a fact. Yo, don't be dropping locations, man. You know what I'm saying? You niggas don't try to run down on Far Rock, man. You gonna boom y'all OG product
so
stuff.
yeah, you do that. You do that. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
bad thing.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Word up,
Hey,
man. But
Smiley.
yeah,
Hey, Smiley.
yo,
Can you hear me? Hey, bro, you remember
I
that
can
dude? You remember that dude that you had on your channel, bro? Dirty Weather.
oh, the blood dude. Yeah. Wow, what's up with him?
Nah, bro. No, bro. Real talk, bro. That nigga's a real nigga, bro. I was in prison with that nigga, bro. Like
Yeah.
Like he a solid dude, bro.
Yeah, nah, you know what it was though too. I don't want nobody to take that what happened because I see a lot of people subscribers. They took what happened up there as different. You see what I'm saying? But I got to tell y'all, he not even looking at it like that. You see what I'm saying? Like we done talked previously. After that, he welcome to hit that link anytime. It's just sometimes he came up here. You see how now we up here vibing and all that shit. This would have been perfect time for him to pop up here on some shit like that. He just came up there on different time. One thing about my team, we scope niggas out when they doing different shit. So he came when niggas was doing some funny shit. So yeah, see what I'm saying? But he already know. He just came in the chat when I was live yesterday. He said, nah, I prepared now. I got the jokes ready. So he know it was all jokes. And at the end of the day, as y'all could tell, I wasn't even the one that was even, joking on him. You see what I'm saying? That was just the team doing what they do. We be on defense mode over here. Sometimes niggas come over here with different intent, with wrong intent. You see what I'm saying? So it's not the fact that he was a blood dude
But
because
just for clarification,
yeah.
though, on some real shit, bro. I was in the band with that nigga, bro, in 2005, 6, and
yeah,
7, bro. Like he a real.
Listen, I try to tell niggas all the time, man. You see what I'm saying? Like I never take a nigga credibility away from them as far as from whatever state they from, what gang they in, because at the end of the day, you ain't got to be specifically from the motherland because if you a gang member, you done had to put in work wherever you was at. You see what I'm saying? So I never look down upon nobody or try to be like, that's not the route I go. You see what I'm saying? That's not even a route that they was really going as far as trying to defame his character. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all, he understand that it was only jokes in that matter. You see what I'm saying? So he didn't take it that way. He took it as, like, all right, cool. I was coming up there on some different stuff, but I understand it was a joking kind of time. Like if he popped up here right now, it would just be different. We'll be talking regular shit. You see what I'm saying? He just came up there at the wrong time when we was wilding niggas out in joke mode, and that's all it was, bad timing kind of shit.
The Smiley.
Yo,
I'm with the bro from Southside. He want to know if you got Kwame information.
Nah, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm trying to get Kwame information because it's one person who I spoke to, and they actually filled me in on the whole situation because I was unaware of his whole situation. Because I've been trying to find a nigga too, and that's why I couldn't find him because of the situation. So as soon as I get information too, because I reached out to his peoples and shit. So
he said, my man said, if you know it's government, you can hit me behind the scenes, but if you know it's government, we could get it.
I know his government. I looked on a little site and all that shit or whatever like that. The site that you can pay $10 for to get the information. But Far Rock, hit me up in the what's the name? Off this YouTube shit too. But I got all that information and all that too. It's just I'm trying to get as far as full amount of details of the shit. But other than that though, I got you though. If that's all he need, I can provide that.
Okay, cool. Because you know what I mean, we Southside Far Rock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Small world out
that's
here,
my nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to, especially when it's YouTube shit, because that nigga tell that story better than me, my nigga. When the Lord Nieta nigga ran behind me and bust me in the back of the head with the water gun, that nigga tell that story better than I do. So that's why I, actually started, trying to reach out to that nigga like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's when I found out all that shit or whatever like that. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get back with you on that shit or whatever like that.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah, but tell your boy for sure, man. We gonna, know what I'm saying? We gonna get something together, man. Send my guy a package, man. My guy might need a little package, man.
Yeah, he wanted to know if you went to James Crib on 107.
What you talking about? Yo, listen. That you talking about the upstairs joint? The upstairs joint? Yeah, the top floor joint.
The mini mansion.
He said the mini mansion.
That's a fact. You know why? Because when you walk in there,
I saw him before I had to.
My man said he probably know you.
Hell, yo, that's a fact. Yo, we used to jump off that motherfucking little lace shit that they had in the living room. Yo, what? Yo, hell yeah. Man, listen. That's a fact.
So he was on a deck chilling on the corner with the skunk back.
You said, do you remember Deck chilling on the corner? We ain't gonna talk all
that. Yeah. Hit me up out of yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Word out, cause I ain't gonna lie. That shit's definitely that shit's have a million like staying on the corner with the skunk. That shit, listen. Listen, yeah. We gonna talk definitely off the scenes though for sure. Because I ain't gonna lie. That he bringing up some good memories right now, man. I'm gonna have to have him on the show for sure.
I used to chill over there.
That's a fact.
But yo, we gonna get out there. We gonna talk some shit, bro.
Yo, enjoy it, man. Y'all fellas enjoy y'all night, man. For sure.
All right,
y'all.
All right.
I definitely saying.
So young, my bad. What you was saying, my fault. New York shit. My fault.
That's it. That was it. I just wanted to clarify that he was a real one. That was it.
So now you know what you know what my homegirl was saying too. She was saying it was the Steve Wilco shit. The Steve Wilco shit. That's what kind of like, you know what it was? Nobody wasn't talking about nothing with his character. It was just he came up there kind of on a promotional kind of ordeal. You see what I'm saying? Like, but that's why I said though, I think the nigga was funny. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie though too. I like to have different aspects because I do have a lot of blood subscribers. You see what I'm saying? Especially, mainly from New York, probably some from California who I don't know, whatever like that too. So at the end of the day, the niggas know, like, I got the one chat on here that do gang shit, but it ain't no gang banging inside this chat. You see what I'm saying? Somebody early in the chat put up something K. You see what I'm saying? Had to take that down instantly, shit like that. So, we don't never do no shit like that. But once he started showing niggas the Steve Wilco's clips and all that, like, I ain't gonna lie, my nigga, I'm a joker too. But at the same time, I was, I ain't even while I'm out. I ain't saying nothing about it, but the team, them niggas it was just bad timing. But salute to him though. You see what I'm saying? But he always welcome to hit my panel and all that too, because I actually want to do an interview talking about some, a lot of shit that people don't know that goes on, because I have a big East Coast audience.
Hey, Smiley,
So
since can I
yo,
ask you a question? Not to cut you off. I'm
what's
sorry.
up?
Just to
You
like
good? You
kind of
good?
move. Just to kind of like ask you something I've been wanting to ask you is, since you've been in California, bro, and you from the East Coast, what do you
Yeah.
think is the main difference of how the gang banging is from East Coast to West Coast? What do you think is the difference?
Well, I think as far as the West Coast go, it's not the fact that it's the original, it's the origin of where it started at, but it's more zoned, it's more territorial, it's more of what area you're in. That's how it's sectioned off to me when you go to certain places, whether you in Sacramento, whether you in San Diego, whether you in LA, Tacoma, it don't matter. A lot of these places, it's zoned out. You see what I'm saying? So word up. You see what I'm saying? Here go the troll. See, now I gotta put you in the corner right now, just for being stupid. You heard I just said ain't no banging in the chat, young Draco.
Real.
Now go sit in the corner and think about what you said. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
No,
but
I
it's
agree.
zoned,
I
it's
agree,
zoned.
because
Hold on, y'all.
that's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's zoned off as far as in California, it's sectioned off to where when you in New York, right? It's a difference. In New York, especially, let's talk about the Crip side, right? Crips it's the opposite of LA. Crips came
Absolutely.
first in LA, and in New York, Crips came second after Blood. You see what I'm saying? Even though there was Crips that was already in New York, there was no Crip sets running around like that. Blood started first in jail, and then it spread to the streets. So you didn't really have that zone and had sections like that in New York, as far as like, all right, cool. New York is broken down into 5 boroughs. It's not like, all right, Brooklyn's Crip, Queens is Blood. It was no sections like that, or Brownsville is all Crip, Bed-Stuy is all Blood. Like, nah, it's not sectioned like that too. The difference is with New York, you can just be anywhere in any zone, any part of New York, and you could just run into a blood nigga and it's just gonna go down. To where in California, it's like, you got specific spots out here where y'all call sets and all that too. In New York, you got home base and all that. You got spots where they call sets, but at the end of the day, your set may be right behind the projects that's filled with all blood niggas. You see what I'm saying? So it's just a difference. So as a Crip, being outnumbered 10-1, 6-1 at times, inside of New York, it was just way different, because you riding on them trains, getting back and forth, going to school. In California, in LA specifically, you got specific high schools you can go to. Everybody go here, everybody go here. In New York, there's probably like 30, 40 times the amount of high schools in New York that it is in there. But you could be in Brooklyn, go to school in Manhattan. You could be in Manhattan, go to school in Queens. So in that instance, you already out of your zone while you in school. So if you in high school, when you gangbanging, you already out of your zone if you're not going to school right there in your zone, period. You see what I'm saying? So it's much more of a risk, I would say, being a gangbanger in New York, because of the fact that you don't have a specific zone you can absolutely just stay in, right? Like, I know people in San Diego, people in LA, they rarely go out their neighborhood. If it's somewhere like a family coming, they going to Six Flags or something like that, shit like that. But as far as like going to date a girl in another neighborhood and all that, or actually going to that neighborhood, like that shit doesn't happen. Now, when you in New York as a gangbanger, you don't have that option. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to stay in Brownsville all day, and that's going to be it. Nah. You may have family that live in Bed-Stuy. It don't matter. You as a Crip, you always going to be in the blood area. You always going to be in the blood area. You see what I'm saying? Yo, moderators, you see anybody put some stupid shit up there, these niggas instantly go in the corner. They get crazy, block these niggas out of here. You see what I'm saying? So that's where I feel like there's the big difference at. And then with Crips in New York, especially going up through the 90s, Crips is united. 8 Trays and Rolling 60s do not have beef in New York. They see each other on the street, they are throwing up a universal handshake. A 5 Deuce Hoover running to a Harlem, they are not beefing, they are throwing up a handshake. Universal style. So that was a difference because numbers were so scarce.
Absolutely.
Niggas was always taught, to run with other Crips. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like the big difference of New York politics was I actually wish LA was like that. Even though now we older, we not glorifying gangbanging and all that. But if you imagine if all Crips was just united with all Crips with the intent, how the intent was when the shit was first started?
Oh yeah, it would be way different. These essays wouldn't be pushing such a hard line.
Correct. And a lot of people thinking I was talking about the Bloods when it came down to California. Nah, you talking about as far as like the essays. That whole big line pushing shit, that shit would not have existed. You see what I'm saying?
We can't be beefing with this hood, and the Mexicans. That's how it is out here. You feel me? We'll be beefing with 2 or 3 black gangs and the Mexicans.
Yep. That's crazy the way the jail systems is out here too, man. You know, because like in New York, you don't have like you got the Aryan nations and all that, but they don't got strong numbers like that. Even in New York, you got MS-13s out there. Their numbers is not strong at all. The Lag Kings numbers used to be strong. Their numbers not strong at all. So it's like when you go to jail in New York, you as a Crip and all other gangs, you got to deal with all the Bloods that's locked up inside of there. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like that's the difference between New York and California.
Another thing out here, it's only certain hoods that's still color banging. You know what I'm saying? Not every hood is color banging like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not every Crip is gonna be beefing with every Blood, and every Blood beefing with every Crip. You could be a Blood from Watson and a Crip from somewhere else, and I don't ever cross paths street gang wise, but so motherfuckers gonna be tripping like that out here.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part too, because in New York, especially back in the day, you never used to see the shit like that. Like you never had, oh well, they Blood from this set, so they get a pass. But if I see a Crip nigga, like nah, that didn't exist out there. That's why back in the day, you literally, especially too, when I was young, running around in them streets, you had 5 major shits that was running around out there. You had Crips, you had Bloods, you had Latin Kings, you had Nietas, and then you had guard bodies. Which guard bodies is not a gang, but at one point in time throughout the prison system on the street, especially in Queens, the numbers was big like that. But then you also had some shit called the Zulu.
The only reason why these essays beat us like that in jail, bro, is because when they get in, they beef on the street. But the moment they get inside of jail, they got to be cool. But we don't do that. We beef on the street. We go to jail. We still want to beef in the jail.
I think because every brother always wants to be the king. I think no brother wants to sit here, even on any panel, and be like, "Hey, man, I want to be a worker." Some people they're cool with it, but a lot of us, even people who are alpha males, they don't want to sit here and take orders from another human being because they feel like, it's emasculating them. You feel me? That's what's wrong.
And
with
then in
California,
ain't no A-Tray finna listen to no 60s, ain't no Hoover finna listen to no 40s. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain people's not gonna listen to certain people. And out here, the Mexicans is different.
So, Young, let me ask you a question. You being from California, how familiar are you with the 8 Deuce Trade G-Stones from New York?
I've only heard of them through YouTube, bro. To keep it all the way a buck. No disrespect.
So I got you. I understand a lot of people too. So when you hear that name, you being from California, when you hear 8 Deuce Trade, right? What would you automatically assume by you hearing that name? You being from California.
Just it's a New York shit. It's some New York shit because ain't no street at 823rd Street.
See, and that's why I asked that question too, because that's what I try to tell people. Crip sets and Blood sets in New York is not based off of streets. It's not based off of areas. It's not based off of zones. That's why you don't have zones nowhere. You see what I'm saying? In California, it's street names and all that too. And that's why I try to tell people everything is street name.
Everything is a street. We go from 0 to 100 and something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's why I always tell the people difference too, right? I'm from Harlem, right? My set in New York, the origin of the Harlem Crips was in Harlem. There is no Harlem inside of LA. The Harlem 30 started inside of LA. You see where I'm getting at?
Called the Rebel Rousers. No, yeah, it was a dude from Harlem that was supposedly one of the main dudes over there, and then because they in the 30s, the streets though. Every Rolling set is from a street though. Like that the 30s is in the 30s.
Yeah,
the 40s is in the 40s.
Understandable, but where did the name Harlem come from?
No, from my understanding, it came from somebody from New York. It was a dude from Harlem over there. And that's what they just did because they was the Harlem Godfathers. First, they were the
At
rebel
first.
rousers. They were the
Yeah,
rebel rousers,
correct.
and then they were the Harlem Godfathers, and then I don't know how it. I'm not from
They
that
say
side
James
of
Miller
LA.
from New York, but
Big J, yeah, just say
Yeah,
Big
James
James.
Miller.
Yeah,
they
just say
say
Big
some,
James.
but his obituary doesn't say that.
Correct. And this is what I try to tell people too. You ask any of the G's from California right now, they're gonna tell you, oh hell no. Big James, he wasn't from no goddamn New York. I don't know why people saying that, but my question is, I try to tell people, where did he get the listen? People don't realize in Harlem they used to call themselves Godfathers. We talking about in Harlem, New York. They used to call themselves Godfathers back in the day. They used to walk around with their little pimp suits, the hats with the feathers on them.
But
They used to call
you talking about the late 60s though.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it was
No,
a whole different era.
we talking about earlier than that. We talking about earlier than the late 60s. By the time the late 60s come, the Crip shit was pretty much starting to take off from there. We talking about earlier than that in New York. You see what I'm saying? So
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the style of dress, I know I'm just going
Bullets
with what
got
you're
to get
saying,
your
like the
stupid
style
ass.
of dress.
Bullets got to get your stupid ass out of here,
Boy,
man.
you want to hear about him?
Get your dumb ass out of here. We ain't talking fake blood shit right now, nigga. We talking real Crip shit.
Nigga crazy.
Get dumb stupid ass out of here. But go ahead, young.
I forgot what it was. Oh no, I was just saying like the style of dress. You know, the 60s, like the style of dress, like you know how they was wearing the Godfather hats and all of that. So you know, I'm just agreeing with what you're saying. Like you know, them Harlem cats probably had swag, and maybe he came out there just with that Harlem swag or something. You know what I mean?
Correct. Because anybody from New York know that in Harlem, even still to this day, when you look at the Mace and the Camrons and the niggas wearing the pink, and like Harlem always been known to be the flashy borough, the dressy borough. You see what I'm saying? Like all they girls out there get fly. The dudes out there, you know, like I ain't gonna lie, like the Bronx right there next on the Bronx is known for being like the dirty borough. You see what I'm saying? Brooklyn, we known for the robbing borough. Queens is known for the get money borough. Queens was the big drug borough. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like Harlem was always known for being flashy, but there still ain't no what's the name out there. So my thing is about that too. It was always a little bit, my whole point of it was always a little bit of East Coast shit that was influenced out there.
You reaching.
Listen, I'm not reaching. I'm not reaching. Young, here's another one, young. Let me ask you a question.
Being biased.
Dreamy Porn TV. Is that a reach? Is that a reach?
I'm not being biased. I'm not being biased.
You see what I'm saying?
He telling the truth. He telling the truth because you gotta think about it. All right, just to throw this in there, most of those niggas that are quote unquote big homies are factors in the hood. Even to this day, are from the South.
They all came from the South.
And
I know where you're going with that. That's real though.
They do. And think about it. All right, think about this though. A lot of them migrated back and forth. So when niggas say, "Oh, cause this and that," or this and blood, this and that, niggas came out here. They had families out here. So it's like they had to have some type of ism from either New York and the South, some type of way. Because color folks wasn't out there like that. The only color folks that stayed out there was motherfucking Japanese, and that's it. That's all. It wasn't color folks out there in California like that.
And Mexicans.
In the 1800s.
So no, you're right. No, so you're right. No, I'm agreeing with what you're saying. It was definitely a less population of black people in California than it was in the South and in the North.
And the young, I'm gonna give you another fact. I'm asking you another question, right? Where did the whole East Coast Crip shit come from?
That came from Raymond Washington.
They gonna win that one. The West win that one. I already know
that came from Raymond Washington, the East Side Crips.
Exactly.
So let me ask you a question. Why do you? Oh, I know, and I understand where you go with this one too. But why do you think they didn't name it East Side Crips and they named it East Coast Crips?
They initially did name it East Side.
It was East Side Crips that turned into East Coast Crips. I don't know that one. I'm not.
I'm trying. Yeah, that's why I'm asking y'all that question.
They were big as fuck. Because they were big as fuck, and they felt like they was on their own board. They keep it all the real. Because a lot of hoods are arrogance, and every hood was all about nigga who's gonna be the biggest. You know what I'm saying? This and that. That's where the coast came from. Because you gotta think about it. I mean, they are big far streets.
They on the east side of the 110 freeway, so that's where they get the
correct.
East side from. They on the East Coast. They border the coast of the 110 freeway.
Correct. This is where I was getting at because a lot of people get that misconstrued too, and that's why I was bringing that up. Not saying that was a point in factor, but the whole East Coast thing is different from the whole Harlem thing. The East Coast is actually just they're on the coastline, which the 110 freeway runs on the coastline.
Grand
They're on
Avenue.
the east, correct. They're on the east side. They're in South Central. They're on the east side. So when they mix the east side with the coast, they neighborhood kept expanding so much that it wasn't just from the east side. It started going across the whole coastline. You see what I'm saying? So once again, in that instance too, people think that had an influence with as far as New York. It didn't, but there is when you come down to the whole Harlem thing. This is what I try to get at too, because people talk about how the Crips Bloods even get. Well, I'm not even gonna say the Blood side because the whole OG Mac and all that shit. Like I don't, listen, I gave my input. That's it. But as far as the Crip side about it, this wasn't like Crips just came to California and was like, yo, I like the way they move and I'm about to go start that shit out there. Nah, it was literally people that was out here bringing them sets out there. Hence the reason why you have so many LA based sets in New York. And then from that shit happening in New York, people come to New York so much from other places down south. That's what impact down south. And when I say down south, I'm not talking about as far as like Texas side. A lot of people, G's from California went directly to Texas. But when you start looking at these other states, as far as like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and then Jersey is the East Coast state to where they had like people was been getting money from LA going to Jersey. They didn't come to New York. They went right to Jersey. You see what I'm saying? But as far as like the Virginias, the South Carolinas, Atlanta has a big influence, especially on the Blood side. Atlanta got a lot of New York blood-based sets down there. Virginia got a lot of New York blood-based sets down there. They all run with the 5-point star and all that shit. That's why when you hear that 5-point star, all the way from New York to Florida, all that, it's all New York based. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's pretty much how it goes. And that's the whole reason why this channel even started, was to let a lot of people like yourself know the difference with New York and California, and then how the shit end up getting to New York. You see what I'm saying? Because, it's like you start now in 2021, especially with this rap shit, you get a lot of people that's going back and forth out there too. And we don't need this whole shit because young LA Crips and Bloods and Pyrus is not receptive to outside LA Crips, Bloods, and Pyrus. They shit on the Sacramento goddamn gang, the Bloods and Crips in Sacramento.
Nah, they be tripping on niggas all the way in like San Bernardino sometimes. Even
that shit for real. Niggas mad close.
Lancaster, all that. Oh, y'all niggas
Lancaster,
all that
Tacoma.
They be treated.
What he said. Everybody said.
You know what's crazy though? I hate this though. Them niggas in Compton is country. Them niggas be having horses and all type of shit. They got the nerve to talk about niggas country than us.
That's on one street, bro. That's 2 streets in Compton that got that. That's only 2 streets.
Well, with the horses?
Yeah, and all right.
It's only 2 streets, bro. It's in the farms. It's right off the Greenleaf.
Yo, salute to them black niggas that learn how to ride horses, though.
The Black Cowboys. Shout out to the Black Cowboys.
I think that shit is dope.
Over there, the houses look like baby ranches, little small ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
It is because you won't even know you in Compton, and it's right.
So young,
borderline.
Do you feel like people from the gang members from LA is gonna start being more receptive to outside gang members, or do you feel like the shit gonna remain the same? Like fuck y'all ain't from LA. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you how, like, with me and my partners, me and the homies who talk, cause we look at it like how you said, the sectioned off part. You feel me? Because we are sectioned off, we're gang bangers. Like, we bang on niggas on the other side of the street. It's more of a street thing. Y'all shit is more of a prison thing, and it's so loosely based on the streets. Like you said, you could be living here, but in where Bloods hang out or whatever the case is. So it's not that niggas ain't real, because it's real men everywhere in the world. But it's
look, the prison, not to cut you off though, but the prison thing only started on the Blood side. Crips started on the street in New York. Like that didn't go hit the prison at all.
The street aspect of it, like when we say we're gangbangers, it's because we bang on niggas on the other side, and we let them know. Like you get what I'm saying? Like that's what.
I get exactly what you're talking about. Like their whole sole purpose is gangbanging. Like they already got a shit established. Like their whole.
Like you said, niggas do not need to leave the hood. Cause what do we need to leave the hood for? Everything, unless we're going to entertain ourselves onto the movies, some real shit like that, nigga. Everything we got is right here. We got a liquor store, we got a gas station, nigga. We got the weed man, we got the dope man, we got everybody right here.
Yeah.
And that's how it's designed out here. So it's different. So I ain't gonna say that we look down on it because at the end of the case, you only gonna meet a nigga when you in the feds, or if he just have to come out here and then you gonna vibe with whoever you vibe with. So it ain't like motherfuckers really gonna cross too many paths. But all my homies and all that, it's on the gangbanging aspect. Like, how y'all call yourself gangbangers? Niggas be 21 years old and you go to jail and now you want to be a blood. Like,
Nah,
that
that's
type of shit is
weird. That's
weird.
weird. That's
That's what
weird.
I'm saying. Like,
Nah, yeah, that's
I've
weird.
been from the hood for 25 years, bro, since I was 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, all my homies been from the hood since we was teenagers.
Hmm. You know what? A lot of people they get shit misconstrued with New York, because in like California, when you tell the beginning of the Crip story, you gotta, years down the line, you gotta tell how the Pyrus started and all that shit. The Bloods, like you gotta throw that in there. But when you talk about the Crip knowledge versus the blood knowledge, the way Crips even ended up in New York, the year, how, where, it's just two totally different entities.
Yeah,
Like the stories don't connect
at all.
at all until you get to the beef side of things.
You know, some of my Damu partners, they trip off of the fact like how they made blood an acronym. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, blood is not an acronym out here. Blood is a collective group of the bishops, the Brams, the Pyrus, and then you had niggas like the Swans and other people who just formed
Pueblos, all that.
the Pueblo, but they bishops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
project babies. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a conglomerate. The blood out here is a conglomerate of a bunch of small different gangs, and the origin of it, like the Swans and the Bebops and the fucking Brams and the Bounty Hunters, they all came together and was anti-Crip. You
Yeah,
know,
well, out here in New York, they had that shit. All of them fall under the UBN Nation. So, well, not all of the sets now, but that's what the
and that's the thing
difference
out here.
was.
Out here, UBN is a prison gang.
Yeah,
It go to a
same
point.
out here, same out here.
You
But the
know,
only
Yeah.
thing is, niggas stole they slow sauce out here, and they just mix into their own shit. Because a lot of people, but people that knew better knew that shit started out there on the West. But a lot of people out here, they thought it was just some East Coast shit.
nah,
So,
UBN
Young, let me
started
ask
in the
you:
80s. Yeah.
Are you familiar with Nino Cappuccino?
That dude from Bounty Hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him on the internet and shit, but I don't know him personally.
Oh, nah, not know him personally. I thought that as far as like internet shit, have you heard his story and all that shit?
Yeah, he started it and all that. If a nigga like that started it, then he ain't bring that real watch shit because that's the most grimiest hood. They the one of the most grimiest down move sets we got. You feel me? So niggas would have
Hmm.
some whole other shit if he brought that watch style of gangbanging out there. So I don't know. He
Yeah,
might be capping. He might be capping.
that's a fact. So that's why it's like people they see all the shit that going on the internet as far as on the blood side, and they think like the same shit is going on. But I try to tell people too on the Crip side, like especially that's why I tell a lot of gang members, especially on the Crip side, to just visit New York one time, and you'll just see the difference. You see what I'm saying? And this is just no slack to the Damus, but the Damus in New York, they just on their own shit. Like fuck it, like we riding the five. The shit we started in '93, we gonna go on those same instances to where it was like the Crips. We was doing a lot of wrong shit in New York in the beginning, and then we fixed the shit instantly, kind of shit. As far as like not riding with no stars and no shit like that. So then when you go out there and look out there, it's totally different. And that's why I try to tell, Crips from LA, if you go out there, you would notice too, as far besides the zoning thing, and besides the unity with everybody, the shit is literally just like the politics and everything is almost literally like exactly the same. If you take away without the unity and all that shit and the zones, it's almost the exact same thing. Like you wouldn't even really notice the difference besides how they talk, the way they move and shit like that too. But on the other side, it's like for you to be a blood out there, you'll be way out of place. A blood from California going to New York, you'll be way out of place. A Crip from LA going to California, only thing they'll have to get used to is doing universal handshakes or being around sets that they wouldn't normally be around. You see what I'm saying? So,
I just came back from New York, cuz on Monday. I was just out there for the last 5 days. I went
and
out there
what part was you at?
I stayed in Times Square, but I just drove around everywhere and shit. I'm gonna tell you what I noticed out there when I went through Harlem and the Bronx and Brooklyn and shit. People still hang out there. Like it'll still be 20 people on the corner. You're not
That's a
doing
fact.
that out here. You're not doing that out here.
Nah, but you know what it
Because
is though. It's so
because an
much bigger.
enemy gonna come through. An enemy gonna
hmm
come through, and it's gonna be something going on. You
Yeah,
feel
no,
me?
that's
That's
a
the
fact
difference.
though. But you know what's even scarier than you just walking around like just say South Central Watts? You ever walked into a projects that had 40 buildings? You ever walked
Yeah,
into a
I was in
building
the
and it
pink
was just
houses. I got pictures
yeah,
of
you
it,
see
bro.
the
I walked through the pink
yeah.
houses and sat there and smoked a blunt at the park,
And
and I
you
was
know what's
tripping.
crazy? You being on the side you on, you took a big risk
Yeah,
even
I ain't gonna
walking
lie,
through
nigga. Hey,
you
salute,
That's
nigga.
on my
man,
mama,
listen,
bro. I show
Your
you
ass, that's
pictures,
like
bro.
going to the J Stones, nigga.
that's a fact.
That's like going to
You
the J Stones. Them niggas, all right.
that's
Nigga,
why
that's
I'm
on
trying
my
to say
mama. I
too,
stood in front
yeah.
of building 21. I smoked a blunt in front of building 21, nigga, at the park right
Yeah.
there.
They
Them
probably
niggas
thought
was
you was a cool regular nigga over there, but had you would
nah.
have
Talk
Them
been
to a
niggas
blue.
was
nigga, he
asleep.
seen
Them
a
niggas was
nigga
asleep
seen her.
on you.
Nah, bro, I seen niggas and all that. I seen the way they was staring at me. I'm like, what's up? They said, what's up? And like, nigga, I'm from California. Nigga, see, I got the blue
Oh,
Dodger
that's
rag
why.
around
That's
my
why. Them
neck.
niggas was
You
like,
feel me? Yeah, I ain't no bitch. I'ma speak.
No, that's a fact though. Now you good though. Like in New York, they don't really like only certain gangs know about certain hats and all that shit. Like in New York, it's literally like people still wear flags. We wear crates around our necks and all that shit. You still rock certain colors. So, but I ain't even gonna lie. Had you would have strolled in there with a blue flag though, you
I
know
had
it
it
would have.
around my neck. I'll show you the picture.
Oh yeah,
I
nah.
had the
Hey,
blue
listen.
Dodger rag around my neck. I was out there.
Wait, was it a Dodger rack? Like the
Yeah, the
LA Dodgers? Like
yeah, blue one.
oh nah. You know why it's
nah,
Corona and all that shit out here. They probably thought, yeah, nah. Like that's different. I'm talking about you'd have
I
been
didn't
flagged
see
like a
up
blue,
nary a
regular.
like a
no
blue
blue
rag,
one.
like a straight blue rag, like a
Yeah,
I
like a
didn't see
regular straight
nobody
blue
with
rag,
blue.
left pocket. Like ain't nobody wear blue over there, nigga. That's all blood over there. That's why I said the pink houses, nigga. You was very
he
lucky to
must
take
got
a
a
picture
cousin
there
over
and
there
make it
that
out of
knows
there.
somebody.
I ain't gonna
Not
lie.
no, I just dipped through. We was going to the
All right,
airport.
all right.
We was on our way to the airport. I had my last blunt. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, let's
nah,
smoke
I
this
ain't even gonna lie, my nigga. That was the good Lord
The
watching
last
over you
blunt. So how
because
so how you think about the weed out there though? Feel me? Like from the like what you think about it in New York?
oh shit, you had to buy weed out there.
Yeah, every day in Times Square. I was just walking through Times Square, niggas walking up on me. I had to shoot a few niggas down. They telling me they called it the Zaza.
The
They got
Zaza.
the
You ain't smoke no
Zaza.
Zaza, man. You ain't smoke no
I
Zaza.
told I told nigga, man, this shit is boo boo, bro. What the fuck, nigga?
Yeah,
This ain't no
it's that
Zaza,
fucking
nigga.
processed goddamn flour overcharged shit. Those the good thing you didn't smoke that shit. That shit is
CBD.
ass. That shit is ass, my nigga. The niggas out that bitch paying $80, $75 an eight for that shit. That shit is
Hey, so
ass.
wait, hold on.
That
What y'all trying to say is that the pink houses? Because I'm reading the comments and niggas is saying that the pink houses is like no go, like don't go over there. Like
yeah, my
Basically, it's
nigga.
like this.
Yeah,
Like for put it.
you ain't understanding what I'm saying, young.
they got a little
You ain't
gazebo.
understanding what
They
I'm
got a little pink
man.
gazebo right in the middle of the motherfucker. I took a picture right there, smoking and all that.
I'm telling you, my nigga. Listen, you
Salute,
listen.
salute. That's
That's
all I can
yeah.
say. Feel
The
me?
good Lord was watching over
Cause
you,
I
my
ain't gonna
nigga.
lie, them niggas is different. Them niggas would have been on some. Them niggas. All right, like put this way, LA, y'all niggas say scandalous. Them niggas is scandalous, or whatever, grimy, shady, whatever. You feel me? Them niggas is really like that. I guess real recognize real. You feel me? That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you was
Yeah.
cheap, it would have been something different. But that's just what they seen. They seen the real one. Say like, all right,
Yeah,
Nah,
my advice, don't
I
do
locked
that. Don't
eyes
do
with a
that
few
again.
of them. I locked
Yeah,
eyes with
my
a few of them. That's why I hit them with the what's up. And they were like,
now
what's
you know
up? Like,
why
what's
though
this?
too? It's Corona out here, so it's a lot of people getting away with wearing colors and certain shit around their neck. Niggas probably think that was just a regular
I ain't gonna lie. Nah,
mask
I'm gonna
kind
be
of shit,
real.
but
If you would have came in that shit with a cho and our damn like a GD shit, them niggas would have probably said something to you because them niggas beefing like that. I don't know. There's something different.
Even if I
yeah,
told them I was from LA.
Yeah. Oh no, not from LA. No, I'm just saying
nah,
though, like on some random shit. Like if you would have never even said that you was from LA or California, they would like, yo, da da da. Like, yeah, niggas, like, it's just crazy out there.
yeah. Gang members from New York fuck with California gang members. If you a gang member from California, you're not gonna have no problem. Like you as a Crip, you can literally probably walk into niggas in like Brownsville and be like, yo, I'm out here from LA, I'm from this set, I'm trying to get tapped in. And 9 times out of 10, they'll just fucking just, plug you into where the weed and all that shit is at. Like you'll be receptive like that. You see what I'm saying? Long as your shit is correct, kind of shit like that. But if vice versa, it would never happen like that. So that's why I try to tell people too. you know, you'll get love out there because in New York, like now you got certain sets that, you know, you starting to get the certain sets that don't rock with the certain sets, but that's all over this little drill music shit, which is, you know, that shit is coming to an end right now.
So what
But
is that
other than
Wu and
that,
Chew shit? What does that mean? What is Wu
that's
and
it's
Chew?
Cho.
That's some
It's
yeah,
Cho.
it's Joe. That's
Yeah.
Oh,
some New
Wu and
York
Chew.
So
stuff.
Excuse me. What is that?
so that's rap shit. That's rap shit. That's click shit. You know how in California they got clicks. You got gangs, but then you also got clicks. The woos and the chos is literally clicks, rap clicks that just happen to have gang members in there from different gangs. That's the best way to sum that up. You see what I'm saying? Like the chos is mainly GDs, which is, you know, gangster disciples, folks. You know, they got a lot of New York got a lot of gangs from different. We got Chicago gangs in New York too. So, you know, that's what that is too. But the woos is a mixture of like Crips and Bloods. You see what I'm saying? It's just a rap clique that just can happen that consists of having Bloods and Crips inside of it. And then the woos really don't fuck with the chos and chos don't fuck with the woos. So, you know, that's just that's all that is. It's literally just two clicks, but you know, it's just more to it because you know, and back in child, I know it started before rap clicks, my nigga, but I'm not trying to go deep into the history. We not going to how the whole beef first started. We not going all the way back through the wave gang and all. Like, I'm not going back through that whole atmosphere. We know it was more to the story. We know how the whole
Wait,
Crip and GD
so they
shit.
got GDs out
Absolutely.
there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's been GDs in New
That's
York since the
everywhere, bro.
90s.
Like the gangster disciples. They're definitely a known African American gang, and they're definitely deep everywhere. Florida, Georgia, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. They everywhere, bro. They're very serious about
I
what they
didn't
stand
think
on.
they made it to the East Coast though.
Not been made it to the East Coast. I'm talking about from. They're
I'm
very
sleep.
serious, very serious.
I'm sleep. I ain't on that one.
Yeah, nah, the GDs, that's where a lot of the Crip knowledge and shit got messed up at in New York. Because the GDs and the Crips was allies, like you know, like how you was just talking about the allies as far as different sets in LA. The numbers was so scarce between the Crips and the GDs that they was aligned for many years with each other. So that's why the Crips out there, you know, was adapting to the whole 6 point star and all that shit. We had handshakes with the GDs. It's still Crips right now that still do universal handshakes with the GDs. So that's what I try to tell people too. Latin Kings too. People think Latin Kings started in New York. Latin Kings started Chicago. Like New York got nigga, we got Chicago gangs, LA gangs. We had our old gangs before that, nigga. We had the Deceps, we
I was
had
about
the
to
Low
say that.
Lives,
Yeah.
we had shit before that. You see what I'm saying? You know, we've been warring over projects. This projects don't like this projects. We've been doing this shit. It's just as far as banging with colors and all that. Nah, we been had the Zulu Nation, been running around and all that shit. We had shit, guard body. We had mad shit.
See, that's what we don't
Dietas.
got. We don't got none of that. We don't got no God
Brooklyn's
body,
most
no
wanted,
body
I think,
kings,
is the
none of
Yeah,
that.
BMW. Yeah, they
yeah.
had L&W inside of fucking Harlem. They had FTW. Fuck the world. They had mad gangs that was in New York. They had fucking tagging gangs. They had fucking dance crew gangs.
Lost
They
Boys,
had
I
gang.
think. I think they
Yeah, the
Lost
Lost
Boys.
Boys.
Yeah.
That was the Queens shit. That was the niggas in
Yeah.
Queens. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's been mad gangs or whatever like that too. It's just off the fact that the whole Blood and Crip shit, that shit, it just took off so much because you know at that time it's like my niggas, what you got the movie Colors. We didn't know what the movie Colors done look like now. Niggas in jail done read the Monster Cody book.
You ain't
You see
lying.
what I'm saying? You know, but especially by 95, you got movies like you got Minister Society. You see what I'm saying? Like you got mad shit coming out. So of course niggas like, oh fuck that. Like, nah, you see what I'm saying? But once again, it wasn't like, you know, that was just all shit that was brung out there. Same thing with the Chicago gangs, same thing with the LA gangs. It was brought to New York. And niggas just, you know, adapted to it. But that's why I try to tell people it ain't that serious, my nigga. Black P Stones is from Chicago. That shit is in LA. Why the fuck nobody don't never say nothing about that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the thing I don't hate. That's the thing
You know
I
what I'm
hate too.
saying?
They don't jack that. Oh yeah, nigga, yeah, nigga. Nah, that's a
Niggas don't
Chicago
jack
gang.
that at all. They took
Because it's
Black
been
P
so
Stone
long. It's
and
been so long. It's been since the 70s. You know what I'm saying? She has been out there for so long.
I understand, but now we're about to literally go into the 30. We're about to be going into the 30-year mark soon of that shit getting in New York. You see what I'm saying? Like I feel like after that time, like damn, my nigga, like you see what I'm saying? The shit is done. I got Black and Child. That's a fact. The Black P Stones in LA is blood. Correct. The Black P Stones in Chicago is not blood. So basically, LA Black P Stones took Chicago shit and flip flopped the whole thing. Nobody'll never mention that though.
Facts.
And I'm not knocking them for doing it, but once again, it's the same shit that happened to New York. The same shit, but it just happened to LA before it happened to New York. Why nobody'll never mention niggas brush that under the rug all the time? Oh, nah, we gonna talk shit about New York, but nigga, Black P Stone, now let's brush that shit under the. It's the same shit.
Nah, they was making money out here. You know, they was doing a lot of transactions. You know, they were having sex with our beautiful women, having babies and stuff like that, having families. But they just keep forgetting that they just brung a whole thing out here. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
That's the same. What you think niggas was doing in New York? These gang niggas wasn't. They was in New York before they actually was starting sets and all that shit. What you think they was out here doing? Getting money, fucking bitches.
Though, the styles of New York and Los Angeles are two different. One's on the west, one's on the east, and they are two completely different styles.
Wait, your shit sound mad low. Say that again.
I said like LA and New York, they both two different, their own big. They're like two big cities, right? One on the east, one on the west, but they're totally different. Like the style, you know what I'm saying? Like the style of dress, talk. Niggas from New York that like LA shit, and the niggas from LA like New York shit. You feel me? Y'all think
that's a fact.
Y'all think we want to stay here? We want to go there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to come here. We telling y'all, hell no, stay over there. This ain't out here. And y'all
you ain't lying.
You
damn sure ain't lying. It's more homeless people out there than Hollywood superstars, nigga.
But that's what I'm saying. Y'all telling us the same shit. Y'all like, nah, nigga, what you want to come out here for? Ain't nothing out here. But it looks so fun because we all just go on perception, what we see on TV, what we hear on the radio. We don't know what it's like, nigga, living on these streets. You know what I'm saying? What it's really like. Like, this shit whack as fuck. That's
and
how
you know
I
what's
think.
crazy, young? That's why I tell people, me being one of the rare people that actually lived in both places and banged in both places. This is why I try to tell people, when you come out to California from New York, even from down the blunts they smoking, the alcohol they drinking, to the way they give handshakes, to y'all got fucking alleys and shit out here, the way y'all talk, everything is always hot. Y'all got palm trees. Being in California is the exact opposite of being in New York. New York got nothing but oak trees. It gets cold out there. The way they give their handshake is way totally different. You see what I'm saying? The females out there look a little different. They talk different. They sound different. So when you from New York and you come to California, everything is the opposite. Now, y'all out there, y'all not used to seeing 24-hour people walking around, bright lights, the projects.
Exactly.
Y'all not used to, So y'all get excited when y'all see shit like that. But us in New York, we looking at that shit like, nah, that's poverty, my nigga. We trying to get the fuck out of there. We trying to get away from that shit. That's poverty. So that's why I try to tell people too, me living in both places right now, I reside in California. You see what I'm saying? Because it's the cost of living is the same thing, but at the same time, it's just especially right now.
It just looks better, bro.
It looks better. The weather's better. The weather is 100% better. It's a little bit more job opportunity out here. And I'm gonna be honest, this is the one time I will actually say this. It's actually a little bit safer now to live in California than it is to live in New York. Not that one, it's the other one.
I don't think so it's is as bad as people seem, because it's not like innocent people are running around getting smacked. You know, it's whoever playing the game. You know, some people who still playing the game, them is the ones that's getting smacked. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
That's how it is out here. Like out there, it's like a lot of senseless killing. You know, that's the difference that I think too. Like, motherfuckers just start shooting up people or shooting and random people get hit.
Yeah, no, I feel you though. You see what I'm saying? The big difference is too, it's like, you know, especially out there, it's like y'all in LA, you need a lot of cars to get into shit. You see what I'm saying? You know, it's like, I ain't gonna lie, you stay out of fucking let me see, hold on. Oh, nah, Small, get the first one you had. Yeah, get the first one you had, my bad. Yeah, you stay out of fashion, hold on. Yeah, you stay out of what's the name mall and you be good to go. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, Fox Hill Mall, you stay out of Fox Hill Mall and you'll be good to go. You see what I'm saying? When you out there in LA and all that shit.
But then the
But
thing is, you got a gang of enemies if you're not from around that little area, so you got to worry about a whole bunch of other shit too.
correct. But that's why I tell people it's so many places to go outside of just like the motherfuckers be looking for places and shit. You know, a lot of tourists, what they do, they look for places that's right close to the airport. You see what I'm saying? So they not even realizing, like, all right, but you in New York, right? If you stay in if you stay somewhere around JFK Airport, yeah, you gonna still be in Queens and all that shit, but you gonna be on like the outskirts of Southside Queens. You gonna be fucking by North Conduit and all that, the Belt Parkway. If you go to LaGuardia Airport, stay over there. You gonna be in that part of Queens where ain't nothing happening over there too. But in LA, it's different. But you stay at the airport over there, your ass gonna be in Inglewood or West Hollywood. You gonna be somewhere in that area like that. You gonna see nothing but a bunch of homeless niggas. You gonna still see. I'm talking about even when you stay at a hotel, you be so close to the airport, you could ride one of them goddamn Uber scooters and go to your damn terminal. You
See
be
all the
literally
crackheads. See all the crackheads.
all the crackheads down there. You see
Aggressive
what I'm saying?
crackheads at that.
There's no homeless. There's no homeless like in New York when I just left there that I saw out here. There's like nothing compared to that.
Oh
I
no,
literally
it's
saw
a
three or
hell
four.
no.
I
Nah,
saw
when
like
you
So
go
which one's worse? So which one's worse? You think?
California is
Los
worse.
Angeles,
I ain't gonna lie. I
100%.
ain't gonna lie. When I did see that shit, I'm like, damn, they can start their own gang. Literally, like they can start their own gang. How deep they are.
Nigga,
Bro,
you go on
there
the
is
LA River,
nothing.
you ride on the
Yeah,
LA River right now, niggas number 10, nigga. That's all you see. They giving them
yo,
10.
that's
You
a
want to
fact, my nigga. There is
get
nothing like Skid Row ever. You see what I'm saying? There is nothing nowhere in New York. You know when I feel bad for the homeless people in New York in the wintertime when you get off the plane or the
It's done.
train
It's
and
done
you
with them niggas.
yeah, you see what
What?
I'm saying? And all you do is just smell and you just smell mad fucking just burnt wood. That's when I always know when I'm back home when I get off the plane and I can step out the airport at JFK and I smell nothing but burnt wood. I'm like, damn, that be how many homeless people is outside trying to stay warm in the wintertime. To where it's like even out here in San Diego, it's motherfuckers homeless people. They down by the beach right now. They got water fountains, they got bathrooms. These niggas could just sleep ocean breeze. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's the difference though. But there's literally nothing like 42nd Street got some shit, right? Like if you go on 42nd, but you don't go towards 6th or 7th Avenue, if you start going towards like 10th Avenue, go towards that way and start going up towards the 50s, you'll start seeing mad homeless people. But they be inside the train stations and all that. But still, it's nothing like Skid Row. If y'all never been to Skid Row, you can literally look up Skid Row shit on YouTube right now. And when I say it's people out there got tents, and I'm talking about like they be having like the they be out there.
Imagine
Listen,
that everywhere though. Imagine that everywhere. That's how it looks right now. If you in San Diego,
yeah,
bro, then it's not as bad. But when you come to LA, you should see it. Even when you drive to Long Beach, it's number 10 everywhere along the freeway.
yeah.
Everywhere.
Nah, you know what it is in San Diego? They don't got you know what they do out here? It's so many different bridges and shit out here that connect to different shit. Cause San Diego is like a big ass circle when you drive around out here. So they got mad at them shits under these fucking it don't rain out here. So they don't only thing they got to do is just worry about the sun beaming down on them and shit like that. So they build a lot of them shits under the bridges and shit out here. But don't get it twisted though. San Diego, it got it's not as bad as LA, but shit is crazy out here. You see what I'm saying? It's like these beaches, you got to pick specific beaches out here. Like a lot of these beaches out here look like Venice Beach. Like you go to Venice Beach, people don't realize there's two parts of Venice Beach. You could be on there with a canal and all that shit is that, over there chilling. Or you could take your ass to the other side where the white skateboarders and all that shit is at. I love smoking, going to Venice Beach and just smoking blunts. Because you always going to see some stupid, dumb shit happen out there. All the time, my nigga. That shit happen all the time out there. I be catching homeless fights. They be beating up the little white boys, be skating by them and shit, trying to be funny. Mad shit be happening out there in Venice Beach. Niggas go out there, yeah, about to go to Venice Beach. Bitch, you better go to the right side. I ain't even gonna lie. So, yeah, the homeless shit though, it's crazy in the whole California, and I understand why it's like that out here because this is a place to where it doesn't get super hot. To be homeless in, I don't know what's worse, to be homeless in New York or to be homeless in Las Vegas. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's a crazy trade-off. You see what I'm saying?
Vegas, it's 110, 120.
Yeah, I'm about to
you
say,
know.
and then it's just one strip. That shit ain't really deep. It's just one strip.
And then the
Yeah.
urban community, and then the ghetto. It's one strip, then the ghetto.
That's
Think
fact,
about it.
man.
That shit ain't nothing but baby LA. All them niggas over there that
all
stay
it
in
is.
Vegas, they swear they from LA. Oh, you know I'm from LA. Where you was born? I was born in Vegas, but my mom and them, they from LA though. Yeah, like shit like that. Shit crazy.
Yeah. You know what's crazy, Bomb Jack? I was just in Manhattan Beach last month. It's like the homelessness out there is getting worse. All those white people out there, I can't believe the homelessness is out there. Like normally you see that in black areas, but Manhattan Beach, it's just amazing how many homeless people is running around out there at Brighton Beach right now. You see what I'm saying? And Manhattan Beach is big as fuck. It's homeless people. They done almost took over that whole beach. You see what I'm saying? But that's white people area. That surprised the shit out of me. You see what I'm saying? So
that's the coast. That's the coast of LA.
what, Manhattan Beach?
Yeah.
Nah, hell no.
I thought it was Playa whatever the hell that shit called, Playa del Rey or some shit like that.
All that. That's all the coast. It's Redondo Beach, Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, all that. That's one
but no,
side
what
of
I'm
the
saying,
coast.
that's
Then you get the Dockweiler. When you get the Dockweiler, that's the LA side. You feel me? You in the harbor side. You over there in the harbor side. Redondo.
That's
Manhattan.
I was on a that's what I'm saying. I was on a side that was a little bit past it. Where I was at on that part of I'm trying to remember the exact spot we had at too. It was on that surprised me because the first time I went to Manhattan Beach, it was black people. But this I was a little bit further out. I was towards the end of Manhattan Beach. That's all white people over there. But you used to never seen homeless people down there though. That's my point. They used to be more in the black part of the area. Them niggas done spread spread like the goddamn coronavirus, my nigga, through Manhattan Beach. That shit crazy, son. Savage Life 718. We're not talking about Manhattan Beach in New York. We talking about Manhattan Beach in LA.
I went to Coney Island. That was the experience. That was the craziest shit. I seen people nine off on heroin on the beach.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. You Grace Coney Island? Yeah. That's good though. But damn, you was in a lot of blood areas like a motherfucker, boy. You be in the blood areas like a motherfucker. God damn.
I wanted to see this. I wanted to see the sights and shit. You feel me?
Yeah, Coney Island fucked up though. Did you get on the rides or you stopped at Nathan's or some shit like that?
Yeah, we stopped at Nathan's and shit. We walked the little boardwalk, smoked the blunt on the boardwalk, and just.
Oh, I'm glad you ain't go take pictures of them projects over there on surf.
I did.
Come on, man. Come on,
son. You know what's crazy though? Like when I was at my Airbnb, me being from where I'm from, I was on 59th and South Flower Street.
God damn.
Cuz know where that's at.
Y'all niggas.
Yeah, in LA. Yeah.
Oh, y'all niggas. You living dangerously.
Yeah, dangerous.
That's crazy.
See, and that's a trip because Flowers is the next street, is the first street on the west side on the freeway, and then Grand is the first street on the east side on the freeway right there. So they one street away. The Hoovers and the East Coast.
Literally, right there, like the bridge separator,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know I ain't lying.
Under the freeway, bro. It's under the freeway. That's it. You can walk right under the freeway because.
Yeah, but you can go either side though.
Flowers is the first street on the west, and Grand is the first street on the east.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, fuck that. When I'm in LA, if I ain't staying at my own house, I don't even like staying because she off of Maine, so I don't like staying off of her crib. But you know, I mean, she in the 30s. We gonna just say that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't gonna put my own shit out there.
That's 35 rules and shit, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that you know, I don't like going to her to her area.
You in the low bottoms over
there.
Man, shit. Fuck that. That's why. Yeah, that's why when I go out there, that's fuck that. I be like the tourist nigga. Sometimes I get my goddamn hotel room right there by the airport.
You know what? I fucking nigga head up. I'm saying Linwood.
I'm not going to, bro. Like, unless I got, like, you feel me?
I'm saying Linwood on these niggas.
I'm not going on Maine in the 30s, bro.
I mean, Lindale.
Lindale. Over there, it's going down over there. You got the all for crime. You got the 35 rules.
What, nigga? Me being from Harlem, my nigga? What? You crazy?
Oh, they gonna love you. They gonna be waiting.
Nigga, what? Nigga, I got cousins and shit. Like, man, listen, you don't understand, my nigga.
Word then you got the essays too.
Hell yeah. That's just needless to say. Niggas be like, yo, we about to go take a trip to the liquor store. I'll be like, yeah, let me give y'all my money. Man, fuck that. I ain't walking with you. Fuck that. Y'all niggas walk by. Them niggas don't talk about walking down here. Oh, the bitches right here on the corner. None of that, my nigga. I'm telling you, I stay in the yard, strapped up. My arm be tight. Why you don't ever come visit me? You know I don't like your goddamn
The
area,
only
my
people
nigga.
that you
I'm like,
got is probably like the East Side Hustlers, but you know how far you gotta go.
man, listen,
The
shit.
next
That's
crib
man,
is the
that's
photos
shit.
for trades. The
Fuck
next
that. I
crib
got a
that way is
man.
photos for trade.
I got
Oh
to
yeah,
gun
yeah,
my
yeah.
way the fuck out of there, nigga. Ain't fuck that. Word up. Ain't no getting nobody. Fuck that. Running and gunning, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Word up.
Over there and everything. It's ugly over there.
Crazy nigga. I go to my own house, nigga. You crazy nigga. I got nothing but hollow tips and 3 clips. You see what I'm saying? Fuck that. I don't even put the regular bullets in there when I go over there.
And you know how
In
the
case I got
streets are over there. They mad narrow. So they a
Mhm.
two-lane street, but it really only fits one and a half cars.
It's a fact, nigga. I play Grand Theft Auto out of that bitch. Every time I go to my own house, I gotta plan my escape route. See where my car's parked at. All right, if some shit go there, I like, come on, that'd be too much
You know
work.
what?
That's too much
That's
work.
some shit I tripped on in New York. It's a bunch of one-ways. A
Mhm.
bunch of fucking one-ways. I was like,
That's a
damn,
fact.
what the fuck? So if a nigga make a wrong left or miss his left, he gotta go 3 more rights to make the left. Like, what the fuck?
Hell yeah. That's why you went to New York. You went to New York good time though. That's why I said that you went to New York good time. You see what I'm saying? Like this was good time. The coronavirus out there. This summer though, shit gonna get funky in New York. I'm not even gonna lie, my nigga. Shit gonna get crazy in New York. And every time it get hot in New York, somebody already was just shooting at somebody yesterday in fucking Times Square, hit 3 people. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I said though too. It's like even in Times Square, like literally yesterday it was a shooting in Times Square. You
I've been
ain't
out
like
there before. I was out there. I stayed on 179th and Jerome in the Bronx when I was out there last
you was in the
time.
Bronx, yeah.
I was in the
Damn.
Bronx one time,
You
179th and
damn.
Jerome.
Why the
The train
boy?
station right there.
My nigga,
train
you got a praying family. I ain't gonna lie, but these 3 areas you mentioned is just like, you know what I'm saying, what they call that's like Blood Central.
Nah, that shit like he named the J. He named Bar Village. He named Nicholson Gardens, and then this nigga done named Rosecrans all in one.
That's crazy. That's crazy, my nigga. Well,
The
you
project
know how that
go
go.
by Coney Island. We parked right there. That's a trip because we had to find parking right there on the little side street, and it was right across the street from the projects. I'm like, oh, you know, we gotta walk through there because I was just thinking about Stephon Marbury and shit. I'm like, oh, this where Marbury used to play basketball at, huh?
Yo, man, nah, man. Where you was at near Coney Island, that's more like the movie He Got Game.
Yeah, I'm about to say, nigga.
Yeah,
Nigga, them
that's
tall
Jesus
ass
Shuttleworth.
buildings, nigga.
Yeah,
What?
you was near there.
Where was Marbury from? He wasn't from Coney Island?
Not where you was at.
Oh, okay. Damn, I always thought he was from Coney Island.
You was right now. You was right there. Nah, he is. Coney Island is not just the projects and not just with a amusement park. Coney Island is a whole area. Coney Island is big as fuck. It's way more than just that area where you was just at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Coney Island is a whole area in Brooklyn. Yeah, like you was just in there with a amusement park. It's called Coney Island. You was near there.
Yeah,
But
that's
you was
that
at
was like the little strip and shit.
yeah, but where you was at though, they shot that shit. He Got Game. That's where you was near there.
Yeah, the whole little experience was dope though.
Yeah, but no, that's what's up though. I try to tell people all the time, man. Get out
You
there,
just gotta
man.
be you, man. Yeah, you just gotta be you, bro.
That's it.
You gonna be good wherever you go. Fuck what you look like,
Yep.
sound, or where you from is where you at.
Word. That's how I do when I come to California, man. I don't never try to act different or act like, because especially a lot of people in California got the misconception of New Yorkers. Like we all rude and we all just be on go all the time. Like, you see what I'm saying? So shit like that. Bomb Jack said, next time you out here, you got to take the train, son.
I did. I took the R train.
The R train. What the fuck was
I
you
took
at?
the R
The
train.
R
in
train?
Manhattan. I took the R train in Manhattan.
Oh, all right. Well, he lit shit. He did it all. That nigga walked through projects.
It was in
That
Manhattan
nigga rode the
because it was by
train.
Times Square. I went downstairs. I asked the little dude, I'm like, look, man, I'm not from out here, but I'm trying to get to 25th and 5th Ave. He was like, okay, go down here. I'm on the R train, go that way. I said, all right.
Did you have some Jamaican oxtails?
Oh,
Nah,
shit.
I didn't go that far.
Nah, you playing, bro. You playing. You went over there to New York and
Nah, hold up. Yeah, nah, when next time.
I walked down 125th though in Harlem.
Yo, you didn't get no New York Chinese food?
Yeah, I ate some Chinese food. I ate pizza.
Oh, alright, yeah. You ain't no beef patty?
No, I went to a little barbecue spot. I ate the chopped cheese, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah. See, I had that the last time when I was in the Bronx.
All right, so next time when you go to New York, you gotta go do exactly what Dreaming Foreign TV is. Three things you gotta eat next time you go out there. You gotta go get exactly what Dreaming. You gotta go hit a Jamaican spot. You gotta hit a Jamaican
some
spot.
type of West Indian food. Some type of
West Indian. Yeah, some kind of. You gotta hit some kind of island food. You gotta get a beef. You gotta get a beef patty. Yeah, you gotta get a beef patty with cheese and cocoa bread. You gotta grab one of those when you come out, and you gotta get a breakfast sandwich because people in California, for the New Yorkers, they don't got breakfast sandwiches out here. They don't even know what the fuck that is. My nephews and nieces, when they come to New York, that's all they eat. Is not the burrito. Nah, you gotta walk in the bodega. You gotta literally listen. Let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese. That's what you gotta walk in there and say. I just want you.
Delicious, nigga.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You gotta walk in there. Let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese. That's like you from New York. See what I'm saying? And then you gotta bust that down. That's called breakfast sandwiches. They don't make those out here. I be telling the California niggas, I be making them shit. They be like, "What the fuck is this? This is a breakfast sandwich, nigga." It's literally like a bacon, egg, and cheese together as a unit on a roll. Fire. Sometimes niggas put ketchup on there. You know what I'm saying? Fire. They don't got breakfast sandwiches in California. So when you go out there to New York, that's what you got to get: a breakfast sandwich, a beef patty with cheese, and you got to get some kind of West Indian Jamaican food once or twice, even both. If you see one of you in Queens,
we don't got the culture out here. The culture ain't like this.
Nah, but you know what I tell New Yorkers when they come out here, they got to eat tacos. When you come to California, you got to eat tacos because in New York, you know what tacos is? Taco Bell. Nobody don't eat that shit in California. You be seeing the weirdo niggas eat Del Taco and Taco Bell. That's what niggas in New York eat. Ain't no good tacos in New York. So when New Yorkers come out here, I got niggas eating taco shop all day out this bitch. You see what I'm saying?
That's the only thing that we got that's different, I could say, is the tacos. But other than that, bro, New York has a very different variety of everything.
It's mad fast food that's out here that New Yorkers don't got out there.
I never seen so many liquor stores in LA. That's the only thing I can really say. Y'all got more liquor stores than chicken spots.
It's the gas stations
out here.
It's the gas stations, the liquor stores in California. We're out there, you know, or they got regular liquor stores. And we're out there in New York. The liquor store is just the liquor store. But you know what the difference is in New York? The liquor stores stay open at 2 o'clock, sometimes 4 in the morning. Them shits close early out here. So that'd be the trade-off, though, too. New York, you can still run to the liquor store at 2 o'clock in the morning, go grab that bottle if you know the right spot. You see what I'm saying? So out here, that shit is fuck that. 12 o'clock, you asked out. You better go hit the bar or something like that. Word up. But it's a bunch of fast food spots that's in California that's not in New York. Like New York don't got Carl's Jr. They don't got Jack in the Box. They don't got Fat Burger. Yeah, Pollo Loco. They don't got.
Ain't nothing more than Checkers. So they got Checkers out there, don't they?
Yeah, but it's not the same thing though. It's
Hardee's. It's Hardee's. It's one of the two. Carl's Jr.
It's Checkers. Checkers and Hardee's is the same shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got Checkers out there, but Checkers is nasty as fuck. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, they don't got In-N-Out out there. So it's a bunch of shit that's in California.
You don't got White Castle. I thought White Castle was good.
Yeah, nah, y'all got White Castle. But me, you know why I don't look at White Castle like that? Because I go to Vegas a lot. So every time I go to Vegas, I get White Castle. So that's why I don't need to be looking at that. Because if you're in California, you go gamble, and you don't go to Vegas, like that's just kind of stupid. So if you in Vegas and you don't eat White Castle, that's kind of stupid too. You know what I'm saying? Word up. I ain't even gonna lie.
Because when I'm in White Castle, they do the freezer box of burgers. You got to put them in the oven yourself.
Yeah. Nah, them shits don't taste the same. I ain't even gonna lie. Them little frozen shits, I don't know what the fuck they be doing with them shits, but them shits don't taste the same at all. Word up. But yeah, young. So I'm actually, what's the name too? Because I want to talk a little bit more about this Pop Smoke thing before we go too. So while we still on here, real quick, I'm gonna get into the sponsors real quick.
Yeah. Now I know what y'all thinking. Home Smiley, but what you doing? You know what I'm doing? I'm looking for Christmas gifts right now. You know Christmas is coming down. You may got your girl birthday. You may got some kind of holiday. to where you need to holler at M14 Clothing and Shopping Apparel. Yes, sir. They got everything. So that's what I'm doing. I know they like, why you in this small screen looking at clothing right now? M14 Clothing, man. They got everything you need, man. They got winter apparel. They got masks. I mean, oh my God. Look at the Scorpio. Y'all know I'm a Scorpio. So y'all know we get to the Scorpio stuff. You know I got to keep looking in there. You see what I'm saying? So they got men clothing. They got women clothing. They got joggers. They got t-shirts. They got boots. They got fanny packs. They got masks. They got everything you need. You want stuff custom? They got you. You want a specific color? They got you. Patterns? They got you. M14, man. They got all the stuff you need for different seasons. They got, listen, they got furs. I mean, it's listen, the book bags is crazy. My son already on there talking about, Dad, they got kid stuff. Come on, man. This is M14. Of course they do. And when you get there, all you got to do is use the promo code DIRT. Yeah, you're going to get a little discount. Use the promo code DIRT and tell them Harlem Smiley sent you, man. M14, new designer fashion, man. Y'all know how it go, man. Harlem Smiley.
Yeah, make sure y'all go to m14.com to get your newest fashion apparel. The summertime is coming. They have exactly what you need to be out on them streets looking fly. If you want to look, if you use that promo code DIRT, you will get 30% off every purchase you use, man. Salute to the sponsors, M14, man. So, Dreamy Forward TV, man. Pop Smoke, do you feel like the way not him, but the people he was around was actually moving out there? Do you feel like when people travel to LA, they should move differently and should check in? Or do you feel like they should just go out there, do what they've been doing, but just keep it low key?
Well, it all depends. If you from a certain set or whatnot, or his case, you know what I'm saying, he, has this affiliation. Me personally, first of all, I wouldn't post anything or whatnot because I'm going out there for business. If I'm going out there to promote, for music, I wouldn't be having myself out there. As far as checking in, I would keep it real with you, man. Extortion is extortion. You feel me? If it's not like a a genuine relationship, then it's not gonna work. You know what I mean?
That checking in shit is overrated.
Yeah, you feel me? But I think on some real shit, like at the end of the day, it is good to let people know what's going on that you fuck with. You like, hey man, I'm coming to town, whoopty wop, you know what I mean? This and that, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I think everybody can say that they need some type of assistance if they're in the music game and whatnot, and they have assets, you know what I'm saying, to try to protect. You gotta have some type of, you know what I'm saying, help. You know what I mean? Can't do it yourself.
That's a fact. Young, I asked you the same question. Do you feel like when people come out there, they should just chill out and keep a low-key profile, or do you feel like they should actually just check in with people?
I agree with the last part with what the boy just said about, you know what I'm saying, just understanding where you at. Hey, I'm coming through, you know what I'm saying, whoopty bam. But they should also understand the LA politics. You feel me? Because a lot of people get caught up in the LA politics not knowing that. But he made an error with posting up his address, so that was just some kids capitalizing on that. You know what I'm saying? So not every person gets done like that.
Yeah. So do you feel like do you feel like a big part of people from LA not being as receptive as they could be? Do you feel like that? Do you think that's a reason why a lot of people don't, so-called do what they call checking in? Because like him, for instance, right? His set is not out here, right? There's no G Stones out here in California. So it's like with him in that instance too, who would the G Stones even check in with? If that's you see what I'm saying? If that's the case, because it's like it's so many LA-based politics. Who knows who they're gonna check in, gonna realize? Because if they let me break it down to you, right? The G Stones, the 8 Deuce trades, that doesn't have anything to do as far as like them being trade crips, Deuce call, none of that shit. That's just, I don't want to go too far to their politics, but that's just off of a day to where it started and from a building number.
Absolutely.
That's all that is. You see what I'm saying? Shit like that. You see what I'm saying? So that has nothing to do as far as that too. But how would they explain that to somebody from LA? You see what I'm saying? Because you from LA, you'll just hear that Deuce in the tray and be like, what the fuck? You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, who would they check in with?
Yeah, that's a good point. They would have to know somebody.
Damn,
They know
you
somebody.
right.
They know somebody.
Shit.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why when people always be saying, "Oh, people from New York, y'all come out here, y'all should check in. Y'all should check in." In that instance, if I'm somebody, because that is be for real, they got a people from California. It's not just the rappers. They have a very big set. Their set is not a small set. It's not like a
And what's
I
that?
wouldn't
Eight
even.
Deuce Trays?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
they're not like
that's
I ain't trying to be funny. They're not like Gear Gang. They're a little bit bigger.
correct.
They're like a they're like a I ain't gonna lie. They would have if they would be they'll be like on the trade side. They're they're pretty much established in New York. You know what I mean?
They're a
You know what I'm
lot.
saying?
They will probably be they set as far as members and impact as far through Brooklyn will probably be as big as like the East Coasters. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of them niggas. It's 8 dudes trades outside of New York.
They in Florida, they in Georgia, they in VA, they in all over Minnesota,
Correct.
Kansas, all that.
So
Yeah, see, that's the name of a gang. That's not the name of a street gang. You know what I mean? That's an actual gang, like a gang of people. You feel me?
correct.
LA is all street based. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So
So I
that's
say
what's
that.
different.
So I know that's why I say that to say this too. It's like I feel like people from both sides to always travel to both parts, and they should get more of an understanding before
Or into
before
with each
act
other. Yeah.
yeah into with each other to figure stuff out this because me I'm just one person. Like and everybody ain't gonna listen to me, and I ain't gonna have everybody gonna know who the fuck I am too. So, but me, that's why I try to bridge the gap a lot between the California and New York because I understand a lot of people don't do like yourself do. Get out there and actually travel. But even though you was out there, it's more vacation tip. You didn't go out there to see the gang politics kind of shit. You see what I'm saying? But you've been out there before. You hit projects. We done told you about areas. So now you got more of an understanding just from what goes on out there. So even you yourself, I'm pretty sure when you go out there the next time, you're going to be remembering a lot of stuff we said today. You'll be like, oh, all right, I see now they was talking about this and talking about this. You see what I'm saying? So I always tell a lot of people to do that back and forth. Same thing if you from New York, don't be scared to come to LA. Just make the right moves when you come out here. You see what I'm saying? Especially if you from a LA based set and you never been to LA and you from New York, go to the turf, but just move accordingly. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gotta have a nigga direct phone number, but you can hit somebody up through social media before you come, or you could just go to the turf, hop out, because obviously you should know your shit. Whether you from New York or California, if you from the same set, you should know that the handshake should be the same shit. You should know the shit. You should know the proper shit you need to know. You see what I'm saying? So that's where a lot of people.
As of lately, a lot of New York people have been coming out here though. I've been seeing it. Like
Yeah.
on A Trade Day, that just what I mean. It was a lot of A trades out here. A lot of what I mean. The Insanes, they hood day just passed. There was a lot of New York cats from Insane that was just out here.
And then you know
People been
what?
coming back and forth.
And even though people was doing this before him, but I thank Nipsey Hussle for that reason. Nipsey Hussle,
The
when he was
passing
coming
of
to New
Nipsey
York,
Hussle. I think the
now
passing of
before that,
Nipsey Hussle.
before that, Nipsey Hussle was coming
To
back and forth
Atlanta?
to New York. Before that, we talking about from when Nipsey came, the Hustle came to New York, and he shot the videos and all that out there. You seen the love that he got when he was in Brooklyn from when he was out there. To where the first time, if you look online, there's a video when Nipsey came to New York, he actually kind of, got into some wording with some other Crip niggas from out there. So it was just different response by the time he came out there the second and third time. That made him talking to a lot of them niggas out there at that video shoot and all that, made it, he told a lot of them, y'all need to start coming out there back and forth. And a lot of the people, the right people, got in touch with him too for that specific reason. that New York shit that he did was very important when he came out there and shot the video. He was dead ass right in the middle of Brownsville shooting that shit. See what I'm saying? But he was able to see he was dead ass right there. You know who was around this video shoot? You had 60s over there, you had 30s over there, and you had nothing but 8 dudes straight G Stones over there. That's who was in his video shoot. So him being from 60s, he had a chance to meet other New York 60s. He had a chance to meet people from other rolling sets. And then he had a chance to actually get in tune and realize and meet the niggas that was from 8 dudes straight G Stone. And him being from 60s from California, I'm pretty sure that he asked the question, why do y'all got that in y'all name? You see what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of these rappers that you see now, drill rappers coming from New York, they're actually from, they're from that set. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of them, for music purposes, travel back and forth. That's why I thank Nipsey Hussle for that, because Nipsey Hussle was a reason why a lot of people in California know about what the whole 8 Dudes Straight G Stone set is. Because once that shit went online from him being out there, they asked him about it, did the little interview and all that shit. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I try to tell niggas too. It's like, you know, you don't be super scared to come out here on this side of town. Come visit, tap in with the right people who you need to, so you could at least say you hit the land. But in this instance, though, from the, you know, if you ain't got no set out here, it would just be kind of different for you to tap in, because I don't believe in that whole tap in shit neither. See what I'm saying? That whole tap in shit is just, you know, fuck that. I'm not checking in with nobody. If I'm out here and I decide to go, you know, run through somewhere, if I run into somebody, different story. But I'm a grown ass man. I'm super old, got kids and shit. What I look like just going to just stop in the hood and go, let me go stand in front of the liquor store and just drink. Like, nah, fuck that. That shit you do when you was
Random
younger.
niggas.
Yeah, I can't do that shit no more. Ain't like you going to the go ahead, young.
No, I wanted to talk about the Pop Smoke thing again. We were talking about the criminal aspect of it, like the what they gonna get for it. The little dude is gonna get off from that because these new California laws that just passed. He was 15 the time he committed that crime. He cannot be tried as an adult.
Because he was 15, right? So you feel like
he was 15 at the time of the crime that he committed the crime. He cannot be tried as an adult.
That's a fact.
Because
so with that being said,
laws.
Do you think he's going to get that juvenile life that they were talking about? 21 years and he
really
out of there?
That's really the worst they could do is hold him until he's 25. In California,
I'm about to say 25. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I'm about to say I thought it was 25. You feel me? That's when.
Oh yeah, so that's why he would do. Yeah, that's why he would do 10 years at the maximum.
Look, and then another detail that you was talking about, how he confessed to the crime and he already confessed to the shooter. One of the other guys who was commenting on it said, well, that's good for the other guys because it's true. Because the California felony murder law just passed to where, you know, like back in the day, if me and you went in the store and then I killed the dude, you still get charged with the murder. You get what I'm saying? But now it's not like that. The California murder rule has changed to where you just get charged for your commission of the crime.
Mm-hmm.
So if he already confessed to it, the whoever was there is just going to get charged with whatever they get charged with. But he's still going to be able to come home.
All right, so you feel like that with him, you feel like they're only going to be able to hit him till he's 25, right? What about the 20-year-old?
I agree. That's what I'm saying. I agree with what the guy was saying earlier about the fact that he already confessed to being the actual shooter. That gets him off the crime for the murder. You know what I'm saying? Because the California murder rule, he can't be charged with the murder if he wasn't the shooter, just because he was the shooter now.
But now they can still charge him with other shit that can still get him mad years besides murder, though. So if you feel like they might not charge him,
that's a fact. Yeah, no, that's true because you got the robbery, the lying in wait, you know, the kidnapping because they moved somebody.
Exactly.
Yep. So go ahead, Dreamy Foreign, because in my opinion, at the least they're gonna get is armed robbery. That's the least, and even armed robbery still for an adult, you can still get 15 years for that.
They're not charging people with no gang enhancements no more in California.
That's true.
So all them gang enhancements and all them extra gun enhancements that they would have got on a normal case, they would have got 5 years on a robbery, but then 25 extra years on enhancements. Now they're not going to get them enhancements because of the new laws that just passed. So it's
that's a fact. Good, Dreaming.
Nah, to be real with you though, like shit. What y'all was saying though, far as with the youth, you know what I'm saying? The 15-year-old, I agree with that. Far as the 20-year-old, it's gonna be hard to escape them PBL charges because you got home invasion. That's a PBL charge. I don't know how it is in California, but in down here is it's a PBL charge. Kidnapping, that's a PBL charge. And then aggravated robbery with the firearm or whatever. But at the end of the day, he didn't have the firearm, he didn't shoot, so cuz ain't gonna get charged with that. But that home invasion gonna be a motherfucker, and that kidnapping gonna be a motherfucker. Those are two punishable by life charges. But if, like you say, the youngin already confessed to it, and if the older nigga he end up folding and snitching and saying, "Oh yeah, this and that, this is going on. I did this and that," then he'll probably just get the most they'll probably fuck with him and give him like 50 years.
Nah, they caught the older nigga told a jail informant in another one the same exact story that the 15-year-old told, that the 15-year-old nigga shot. So yeah, he admit to being there and all that.
Yeah. Nah,
but he
that might not be admissible in court, like you were saying, but they do use that as scare tactics to make you take a beef. Like, okay, look what we got. You better do this. You better do that. But that don't make it like it's real good evidence in court.
That's a fact.
That's the only bad part about that. Like
$2,000.
Yeah, that's where it was whack. That's crazy.
That's the shit that's funny. Like, you gotta think about it. They like, yeah, my nigga, we got $2,000. You know they all didn't get the equal split amount. One nigga kept 1,000, the other niggas like, here's 500, get the other homies like 200 apiece.
What you gonna say to the shooter? What you gonna say to the shooter? Nigga, give me
the shooter's the one that got $1,000. He the one. This nigga went to the fleet after the damn food. That fact, he got him a Rolex chain for 1,000. I seen it.
You seen Juice? You seen Juice? You see what Tupac did after he did that? It's my gun. I'm keeping the gun.
He was the last. He was on the run the longest though. The young nigga.
Yeah, just like in Juice. Mm-hmm. He ain't playing. That little young nigga out there riding.
You see that little stupid nigga though? He look like a knucklehead though. Went live from jail and all that. He ain't give a fuck. He a knucklehead.
I'm gonna be real, like over there, it's like they be active with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think with the youngest, like they don't care. Like they just be on some like really like they don't care about nothing. You feel me? Like them niggas really be, you know what I'm saying, on a, you know what I'm saying? Them niggas really be, you know what I'm saying?
They really push their line.
Exactly, they push their line definitely though. But it is done for $2,000 though. That shit crazy because you gotta think about it, man. Like the young nigga, he get out, he'll be a little legend. But I ain't gonna lie, it's definitely gonna have some intensity. But niggas I ain't gonna lie, I think niggas from his side will never travel to New York just to kick it. So I think they won't have no problems, you know what I'm saying? So,
you know what's crazy? Think about it though.
That's a fact.
You don't know what's gonna happen in the next 10 years. You don't know if that set is gonna have connections out here. You don't know if they're gonna be going back and forth. Like that's what I'm saying.
True.
That's why a lot of people, I see people in the comments talking about, ain't nothing gonna happen to him.
It'll take a crafty nigga to make that happen and to infiltrate and do all that just to see the outcome of that. It'll take a crafty nigga to make that happen.
I don't know. I honestly, I feel like anybody could get touched at any particular time. But because California is so zoned, it's not hard to find that person.
I just thought about something. H Crown is locked up in South Carolina. It's a lot of guys that know that.
Well, that's a good point.
That's a good point. He in North Carolina, right? Is he in North Carolina?
Exactly. And them niggas really love Pop Smoke on the East Coast. They really love them.
Yeah.
That's all I heard on the radio.
Nah, he's not safe on no East Coast state. It don't matter where you at, from New York to Florida. Like, you're not safe on any of those. Like, you have to come, Texas, Las Vegas, California.
Nah, you from Texas and you a Hoover, nigga, that's the best place in the world, nigga. Ain't nobody touching you, nigga.
Or Memphis.
You know what I'm saying?
Memphis got a big Hoover set.
I say
Texas, they do.
Texas. Yeah, they do. But Texas is like, I say Texas, you ain't fucking with them. It don't matter where you. Nah, Texas.
Memphis is like Jersey. Memphis got in Jersey. They got a lot of Hoovers and grapes in Memphis.
Yeah, definitely in Memphis.
A lot of grapes, and that's because they tore the Jordan Downs down. These niggas had to go somewhere.
Yeah, that's really the only places where the grapes in LA even claim. They only claim grapes in Memphis and grapes in Jersey. Outside of LA, like that's like when they have their hood days and all that shit. That's where them niggas come from. It's from them spots. You see what I'm saying? Especially from them two particular places.
But they real big
Word
in
up.
Jersey, just like the 60s. 60s real big in Jersey.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nah, that's a fact. But nah, I ain't gonna lie to but they not as big as the what's the name though? Like the people don't realize, like, especially the Hoovers, there's mad Hoovers in Jersey. See what I'm saying? And the grapes, everybody know the grapes out there too. But Sue surfing them set, like it's a lot of them out there. But I think if I'm not mistaken, and I know stats probably speak on this more, I think the Hoovers and the grapes are actually bigger than the 60s out there.
Okay, what Hoover they bang? 5 dudes, 17,
Five deuce, yeah. All the East Coast Hoovers bang 5 deuce. All of the Crips.
You'll probably I think the only maybe outside, maybe you'll find you once in a while a 9 deuce or a 9-4 here and there. But other than that, everybody else with 5 deuce. They ain't pushing nothing else than that.
Yeah, I never seen
California.
outside of Cali, yeah. Like especially in New York though. Like a lot of them in New York.
Is that the 5 deuces, they have their own section. They far away from any other Hoovers. Like they got their own shit going on over there.
Yeah, exactly. They cool with the troubles and all that other good stuff.
The next Hoover you got is 7-4. You know what I'm saying? Because
5'9".
Well, not about to say 5. Not about to say you skipped the 5'9".
5'9", yeah.
Non-existent. You know what I'm saying? That shit really non-existent. You got 5'1", deuces. That's really it, and they beefing with them everything around there.
Yeah, it's crazy shit. You hear 5'9" in New York, them niggas is talking about the brims, my nigga.
Yeah, the brims. They be like, nigga, this brim.
That's a fact. You hear 7'4", nigga, that's GDs in New York.
7'4", like 7'4". They like, yeah, what?
That's GDs in New York. So it's like, that's why I be trying to.
Every Hoover got their own beef on the street. It's just in jail when they pick up each other's beef. You know what I'm saying? But on the street, they all got their own beef. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's smart though.
The Menlos, the 8 trades and all that, they beefing with the Main Street. The 9 dudes, 9-4, they beefing with the Main Street. 107's got their shit going on with the UGs and all that shit. And the Mexicans, the Denver Lanes. Like, they all got their own shit.
Why do you feel like the whites in California, like the Aryan Nation, why do you feel like they still run the state prisons and it's not like black ran?
They don't run the state prisons for one.
So that's a misconception?
That's a fact. But what they are,
all right, good. Speak on it.
Hold on, I want to give them they shit because what they are is a small, aggressive group of motherfuckers that they hold their own. But they the minority. It's only 4 major groups in prison. You got the blacks, the Mexicans, the others, and the whites. The whites are the third on the list. You know what I'm saying? So, but they are more like vicious. They attack their people. They do shit that's just different. It's not black.
So,
but to answer the second part of the question, it's not black ran because blacks have too much division in the state of California. Because not only do you have Crips and Bloods from all parts of the state, from Stockton, San Diego, Merced, all these different cities in California. Then you got the Kumi cats. Then you got the Bay Area cats. You know what I'm saying? Who don't really like our style.
But I thought once you got to state prison in California, the whole gang shit aspect goes out the window.
Nah, back in the day it was when the blue card and all those other shit. But now, hell no.
Now it's different. Now it's just different.
What it is
I heard.
Like if you want a level 4 yard, which will be our maximum security prisons, right? You got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 being the lowest, 2 being okay, 3 being medium, max, medium, max, and then 4 being all the way max. Now on the 4 yards, no black person is going to be allowed to be attacked by another race without every black person being involved, no matter what fraction you're from. So what you're saying, that goes to what you're saying. But there are certain prisons where if the Mexicans is only beefing with the down south Crips, the up north blacks might not get into it. You get what I'm saying? If we only beefing with the Serenos and the Crips is rioting, sometimes the Bay Area niggas don't get involved. Sometimes they do, but they don't because they be like, that's a Crip thing. Or, you know what I'm saying? And it's different. It's way different.
Yeah.
Because the blacks, though, we could still take on, you know what I'm saying? We still going to be able to take on 3 or 4. That is our nature because of the gorilla-ness in the DNA. You know what I'm saying? But when you got 30 blacks against 100 Mexicans, and then you got 12 niggas that run, that leaves 18 blacks fighting 100 Mexicans, and every Mexican is fighting. You know what I'm saying? It's a different culture in prison. Out here.
So you with the what's the dude YouTube channel again? The weather? I forgot his shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dirty Weather?
Dirty Weather. Yeah. Was y'all now? You said you knew him in jail.
Yeah.
Now, did you know of him in jail, or were y'all like cool in jail?
Well, I knew who he was. Like, we was in the same pen, so it was only 1 yard. So we was just on the same yard together.
So him being from where he's from, as far as from both sides, as far as you know, his affiliation and with his
He's a Sacramento. He's a Sacramento Damo. I'm an LA Crip, right? So we don't have no beef on the street. So why would I have to take any animosity to the prison? You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying with the different fractions. It ain't like, oh, I'm Crip and he's blood, so we beef automatically. Nah, that shit don't work like that. He from
yeah,
Sacramento. He got his own beef. You know what I'm saying?
that's a fact.
He got
That's a
his own thing
fact.
going on. That's way up on the whole other side of the state. We don't even know what they got going on. That ain't the next city over. That's the top of the state.
Well, and that's what people don't realize. Why I think the difference is too between the state prisons in California versus state prisons in New York is that you know it's like you'll start getting people from all these different places that's in California, you know, that you would never run into these people into in real life. But in the state prisons in New York, you get, you know, you're not getting too many people from upstate that's getting locked up, or you know, but if you run into niggas from Long Island or the five boroughs, that same niggas you see in Rikers is probably gonna be the same niggas you see when you upstate. So that's what the difference is at too. You in county in LA, you gonna be around with them niggas who you probably know. But now you go to county, you go upstate. I mean, you know, you go to the pen.
Now you're in a whole different
Now,
ball game. Now you're in a whole
yeah,
different.
now it's a
You're
whole
seeing people
ball
from
game.
San Diego. You're seeing people from Fresno, Merced, Stockton, Sacramento. You like, ain't our Crips out there too? What the fuck? So you learn their swag and it's different. You know what I'm saying? They got
That,
their own politics. Like the LA car might beef with the San Diego car one day because one of the homies was gambling, and now we fight each other. And you know what I'm saying? Is we got so much friction within just our our whole as a unit. You know what I'm saying? When the Mexicans, like I said, they could be me and you could be from two rival Mexican gangs, 18 and Florencia. We could be shooting at each other the day before, but we in the holy tank. Now all that shit squashed. We can't never bring it up. We can't never fight. They can't never fight each other. You know what I'm saying? We could do
that's a
that. We
fact.
could we could be like, oh, Smiley, you from here and I'm from here and we don't like each other. Let's get down. We got to get down in order for us to stay in this dorm together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just for us to live,
yeah.
we gonna have to get down. Win or draw, it don't even matter. But we gonna get out of the way. The Mexicans don't do that.
Yeah, nah, that's a fact. I tell people too, especially too. You in the gang out here in California, like nigga, you better know how to fight, cause it ain't
Nah,
like
you
you just
definitely gonna
fighting
have to
your.
squad with. You definitely gonna have to
Yeah,
fight.
it
'Cause,
ain't
yeah.
even you just fighting your own enemies and shit like that. Y'all might just be standing around joking around niggas in your set. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You be standing around and shit. Shit'll just crack off. Niggas start play fighting and shit, slap boxing. Like I ain't gonna lie, little stupid shit like that. So
Because
even me,
jail is part of the culture out here. So niggas is just
hmm
preparing you to go to jail. If you don't go to jail out here, it's like you a weenie. You didn't go to juvenile hall, you ain't come to YA and camps and prison and all that. Niggas don't look at you the same because you ain't been through certain shit. Like it's almost you wanna go. You know what
yeah,
I
I
mean?
also feel
We
like
know we
too,
going.
a lot of gangbangers too who actually been to jail too who've been to the pen and not just the county are more receptive of outside. Well, not even more receptive. I would definitely say more understanding of outside of LA gang members because y'all have no choice but to, you know, now you got to see Sacramento fucking Crips and Bloods, and now you got to see San Diego Crips and Bloods. So it's like it's more of an understanding because,
And you
like
realize
me
they
just
just like
being,
you.
it's the exact same thing. Like I don't get why, you know, because I know niggas in San Diego who never go to LA, who never go to LA at all, you know, for no reasons at all. You
They
see what I'm
just don't
saying?
like
So
them.
you
Like
know,
now I'm good on them
yeah,
niggas.
exactly. It's the same exact shit. So me actually knowing, you know, because out here too, when I'm out here too, I rock with the West Coasters out here. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I'm out here, those are my niggas out here. So when I be trying to tell them, like, yeah, nigga, y'all niggas act the same way like the LA niggas do, my nigga. You see what I'm saying? It's just the 30s that's out here, West Coast. They not Harlems. You see what I'm saying? So they their own car. You see what I'm saying? So they don't got no reason to really go back and forth to rock with the, you know, but out here with the 40s is different. They got 40s out here, which is their own shit. You know, they bang with the San Diego car, but at the same time, too, they actually is rolling 40s, the same shit that's in LA. So they used to never go back and forth, but now it's different. They doing a lot of music with the other 40s and shit back and forth. So, you know, but it's just like that shit happened through the jail. they started realizing too. This is one dude that do little stories on YouTube and all that shit, interviews and shit. He tell a story like he didn't realize like the 40s in San Diego is literally the same. Niggas got the same signs, the same hats, all that shit. Like it's the exact same thing. It's just two separate places, and we talking about an hour and fucking 20, 30 minutes away.
And
Shit like that.
San Diego is a flip of LA because it's really only a couple crip sets and all the uncles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's a reverse of LA on the Crip and Blood side. It's like it's more
that's
blood
a
than
fact.
Crips.
Word up. But that's why you
Just
got
like
niggas like
Sacramento.
me.
Just like Sacramento.
Sacramento, same shit.
More Bloods than Crips.
Yep.
Stockton, more Crips than Bloods. Merced, more Crips than Bloods. You got Seaside on Monterey County, more Crips than Bloods. Like it just is different. But then when it's like
That's
that,
a fact.
Crips just beef with Crips, and Crips is ferocious. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why Crips got no problem taking out another Crip.
I feel like it's always like that when you got the majority in one area. That's why, even with me being in San Diego, that's what I rock with them so much too. It's like, not only the fact they 30s or whatever like that, and it just so happened coincidentally I moved out here in the hood, but it's just the way they move with them being the minorities, they move exactly how New York Crips move. You see what I'm saying? So for me to run around with them, and it was no problem. It was like instantly, it was an instant adapt because with them being a minority out here, of course I got into shit like, you a New York Crip. You see, that's why I try to tell niggas you gotta know how to fight. We ain't gonna go too much detail, but you gotta know how to fight because situations like that, that's an instant fight. Nigga call you out in front of the niggas, you not from there, like you got an instant fight. You see what I'm saying? So, but after that, it's like niggas just be mad receptive because they already know they the minority and shit like that too. So, you come to San Diego, it's literally got the 30s and the West Coast is the 20s and 30s, then you got the 40s. Then you got, shit on the outside, the ocean sides and
Oceanside, that's it.
That's it, my nigga. Other than that, though, now I'm saying you got the Lincoln Parks, you got the Skylines, you got the Little African Pyrus, you got the Brims, Emerald, you got Emerald Hills, you got mad shit out here. You see what I'm saying? And niggas is everywhere. Southeast San Diego, nigga, it goes down out there. You see what I'm saying? So, but it's the same exact shit.
But then when you look at it, that's the only place it goes down as far as the black community. Everywhere else is all essays. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere else in Chula Vista, any other National City, any of the places over there, it's all Mexicans that beefing with each other.
Yep, that's a fact.
Southeast San Diego,
that's a fact.
That's where all the blacks are concentrated at. It's crazy.
Yeah.
San Diego, when I first went out there, I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's crazy. It's all right here.
They squeezed all the fucking gang members in all one spot. But now they try to gentrify shit and like North Park and all that shit too. So it's like they trying to push the blacks more down closer now to like Chula Vista and National City because that's where shit gets raggedy at down there and all that. So
as fuck down there.
they trying to
Mexico right there, dude.
That's a fact. They doing the same shit at LA right now. They knocking all this shit down, trying to build all this shit, gentrify, like they bugging the fuck out. They trying to move all of it because that shit is so close to everything. The airport's right there, all the jobs and shit. They trying to move all them black people out there because they realize how much money they can make now if they knock them goddamn houses out, get them fucking Section 8 people out of there, and then start building them damn condos that they can move these white people in. You know what I'm saying? Dumbass shit like that.
It's crazy though. I think the OGs, the one thing I think that from every single side fucked up at when they was robbing those banks and when they was selling those drugs, they didn't buy the whole community. They had enough wealth to buy the whole community, and then they could have sold that shit and they could have not been broke. You feel me? Like think about it, all those houses, all that money that every single community or every single hood or every single set, wherever you want to call it, had. You know what I'm saying? The niggas could have bought the whole community. They could have bought the whole South Central. And they could have had the shit for sale. Same thing with niggas in Inglewood. They could have bought all that shit. They could have bought all that, but they fucked it up on cars and all this other bullshit. And that's just a learning factor.
They wasn't at 21, 25, they wasn't thinking like that with no big homies. Our big homies didn't have big homies. You know what I'm saying? Our big homies had revolutionaries coming from the Vietnam War and shit. We the offspring of them. The Crips is the offspring of all of that. So it was just a bunch of young men running around wild. And by the time they got it, they done already did 20 years in prison. So they now letting all the OGs out from the 80s. You know what I mean? All the OGs that left in the 80s and all that, they just now letting them out doing 30 years and shit.
No, that's a fact. That's why I feel like too. It was a difference at too, as far as like the gangbang in New York. You know, we actually had adults that was actually.
Yeah, see, this shit was all based with little kids. This shit all started on the basis of kids joining. You know what I mean? Just coming together.
Teenagers.
Straight teenagers. It started off with, Raymond Washington was a little kid, and it never stopped. If you didn't start at a young age, people looked at you different. You couldn't have started doing this shit at 18, 19. You had to be doing this shit early teens, junior high. If you ain't been doing this shit since junior high, claiming it by the time you in the 9th grade, officially getting put on, people look at you weird. That's the
shit crazy, man. You know how that go.
And get put on. You cannot go to jail and get put on street gang. That will not work.
Word up. So, all right, fellas, we've been on here 3 hours, man. I want to start out with Young. Shout your social media out, Facebook, YouTube if you want to, or you could choose not to. I always like to give people the opportunity to do that.
I know. I feel you. I don't really rock on too many of them platforms like that. I just be listening.
Say that again.
I said I don't really be on all the Facebooks and all that shit, but I'm gonna but I appreciate it.
Yeah, nah, for sure, man. And thank you for definitely tuning in, man. You always welcome to come back on the platform, man, and talk some shit because I always like to get insight from people, definitely from different places and shit like that too. Because all opinions is always welcomed over here, man. And you definitely got good topics to talk about, man. And you're non-biased too when you speak about shit too. So that being said, you definitely always welcome to slide back over here. And don't worry, man. We're gonna definitely get Dirty Weather. What is it? 913, I think it is.
916.
916. Dirty Weather 916. We're gonna get him back over here, man. Talk some regular shit and all that too. So, same thing with him, man. Tell him he always welcome to come over here, whatever like that too. But other than that, though, yeah, it was definitely a good conversation, man. I appreciate you, Young, and definitely hit the panel anytime you want to, my man. Yes, sir, man. Have a good night, my guy. Dreamy Foreign TV. Let the people know where they can find you at if you choose so, my guy.
Oh, definitely, man. The people can find me on IG only right now. At dreamforeign.1990. It's spelled exactly how I got it, just without the TV, .1990. And appreciate for you having me on your channel. And it was a good content. It was a good conversation, man. And it's definitely going to continue.
That's a fact, cuz you always welcome over here, man. We see you out there in them YouTube streets, man. See what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely keep up the good work, my G. You need to get ready to start your own YouTube channel, man. But no pressure. Whenever you ready, just let me know, my nigga.
I gotta get some content. I gotta definitely get some things going on. I got some major interviews, going some local guys. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta get the storyline and going on. But definitely, man. I follow you on some IG, so definitely, if I have any questions, I'll just DM you with anything.
Yeah, for sure. Just let me know when you're ready. You ain't even got the axe, man. We're gonna get that promotion, all that shit flowing too, man. But yeah, definitely, man. For sure. I'll definitely holler at you. I see you in them YouTube streets, man. And stay dangerous out there, man.
Yes, sir. Everybody have a good night, y'all.
Yes, sir. And as for me, man, I'm just a Brooklyn Crip from a Harlem set. Show some respect. If not, cuz, put it in check. I'm up next. This is your boy Harlem Smiley. Y'all know the slogan. You can't get this money when you in there sleep on your mother's couch. It's impossible, man. Everybody else out there getting that money. Other bum niggas right now inside their grandmom's crib, sleep, stuck to the couch right now on YouTube to my dumbass. This is your boy Harlem Smiley, one only Dirt Gang TV. Make sure you stay in tune with the low. Make sure y'all go out there, y'all subscribe to Stats 280 channel, the EBK King himself. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Melly Mel, 2 L's, all caps, all facts on her channel. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Fawn's Poe, Think Different Productions, baby. Other than that, if y'all ain't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel, man. Fuck with the team, man. Well, we always keep it rolling, man. Dirt Gang.
Dirt Gang Productions. Yo, Harlem Smiley, it's about that time. We want to see a movie. Work time.
As y'all can tell, I synced up already. Time for y'all to sync up, man. Yo, y'all still tuned in it? This is your boy Harlem Smiley, man, and you are tuned in to the one and only Dirt Gang TV. So we got a special guest in here today. Yo, y'all still tuned in there? Needs audio right, man. The helping divisions, which we like to call that over here. Many times, does the Lord really use you to help other people get out of certain situations? Yeah. This is your boy Harlem Smiley. You are tuned in to the one and only Dirt Gang TV, and as usual, it don't matter what y'all smoking on. There's a couple of things we got flowing, man, but right now I'm gonna play this Perfectly Flawed. You wanna start out with that one?
So it was cool though. It was a cool experience. It was just too far. Like it just
that shit's far. I'm just a Brooklyn Crip from a Harlem set. Show some respect, and not cuz put it in check.
Yeah, man. Like I'm a whole different. I'm one of those.
Yeah, man. Whether it's an indica, a sativa, a hybrid, that Reggie Miller, the Reginald Jennings, the help of the. We gonna get all 3 tracks off you send me, but you wanna start off with that one? You know we don't smoke that shit over. Please, y'all gonna burn y'all throat. The man ain't even been out of jail, but you know we gonna get into.
Podcast coming for today, so I felt like today it was only right that we started out with a little battle rap talk, man. Cause I know y'all done seen it, man. The Road to the All podcast.
Why he getting so deep? But we will see. And I still see y'all in there. Monday morning, get up. You can't get this money when you in there sleep on the couch. Let's go, man. Dirt Gang TV, the one and only, man. Let's get that. You want me to start out with the call them out?
Yeah, I think call them out would be cool. Yeah.
Call them out, start out with? All right.
Yeah.
Gotta take out later. The weapons the job opportunities a little bit more.
Yeah, that's facts.
You know what it is. Before we get into it, you know I gotta tell these girls too, man. This is a girl I work with too. She keep all her boyfriends keep breaking up with her because she's too aggressive. And I be trying to smoking, man, especially the Fonto with the raw paper, of course, or the Bob Marley paper, man. But if you add the graphic. I turn you niggas to mortars. If you ride, then I ride. If you slide, then I slide. I don't care if we fail, long as we said we try. If you cry, then I cry. If you die, then I die. We used to be a crazy team. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. If you ride, then I ride. If you slide, then I slide. I don't care if we fail, long as we say we try. If you cry, then I cry. If you die, then I die. We used to be a crazy team. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Up the hill.
Any nigga get killed. That's why we live by the slogan. Never ran, never will. Unless we doing deals, moving pills, or we moving krills.